I have rapped in a program I did, a Weird Weekends episode about rap.
Can you remember any of the rap that you did?
My money don't jiggle jiggle, it falls, you wiggle wiggle, point forward, make you wanna dribble dribble. You know, riding in my beer, you really have to see it. 6 don't back, move back again. Right.
What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?
Oh, you gotta give him that hawk and spit on that thing. You get me?
Glad to see he brought out all the classics that he's famous for. Memes, wheelies, burnouts.
It's throwback season. It's throwback season.
You know what else I'm really happy for?
What's that? Me not being there?
Canadian internet.
Why? Is it shit again?
You know, you look like you're straight out of a Minecraft movie or something.
Is it that bad for real?
No, it's beautiful. You look great tonight.
Oh, thanks, Terry. Miss you, buddy.
What about that shirt? Is that sponsorship shirt?
I wish.
God.
It's hard being rich, you know? That's what I've been told lately all the time, it seems. Chat groups, everything. Oh, Mike's rich. Mike's rich.
They say...
All I know is Mike just got in from the shop after working all fucking weekend. So there's a reason why.
They say you can tell
make
how much
money, then some people don't make money.
Yeah, they say you can tell how much money a man's got by the size of the wing on his race car. So,
well, and Casey Max has a lot of money. Do you see the new wing?
Two wings.
He's got 2 wings now. He's one up the big wing gang to
double wing.
I posted it today on my Facebook.
Big wing squared.
It looks like
he's going through the window.
Big wings are going to be coming out in full force this season.
Yeah, look
once
like
Casey Max does it, you know,
everybody's going to do it. I should have worn my Casey Max shirt tonight. He's got bigger wings than you do.
He's got double wings. I only got single wing. But I may now that I see Casey Mack has double wings, maybe we got to put the other one back on. So we have double wings. Then maybe we'll take off. Well, it's been 2 weeks since I've seen you. I think the last time I saw you, I was leaving that week, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Got home here to Canada. Cold, shit, crap. Typical Canadian weather for the spring. But today was nice. Actually, there's been a few nice days. Today was nice. Yesterday was cold, and it felt like it was almost going to snow here. And then today it was like, in Canadian terms, 20 degrees or 18 degrees, which is like mid-70s, I think, somewhere in there. It was comfortable, like t-shirt comfort. So let's see. Oh boy, there's a lot of comments already.
They're just talking
about late tonight. Over under. What were we? Over or under?
Oh, over. We were over.
Definitely over.
We were over before it
Emmett
started.
said 4 minutes. I appreciate that, Emmett. I'm glad you have faith in our lateness. He did the under.
They blame me.
Got a bet on over. Checking in. I'll catch the replay. All right. I guess Chris checked in, checked out. In and out burger.
See, I don't know why I get all the blame.
Well, I was talking to Terry before I got on here just briefly, and I was so upset getting on this show because I've been looking all over Canada here. Maybe I missed them, but locally can't find any Angry Orchard. So I've been drinking those other ones. What are they called? Growers or some shit. Not showers, but growers. And then as I was running in the house here, because I was late, I said, hold on a minute. I thought I remembered putting 2 cases of Angry Orchard in the fridge in the car trailer. And sure enough, ran back outside.
Here we are.
Angry Orchards.
Oh.
They're there. So if anyone works for Angry Orchard or has any kind of connections to that company, I would really like a Canadian sponsorship on that because
put that big angry tree right.
We got 24 Angry Orchards left, and then I'm out. So
that ain't gonna work.
We're definitely going to need a care package sent over the border, smuggled by donkey or boat or whatever.
Well, after tonight, he'll be empty. So
probably. The baby oil baron. Terry, your fans are on here. So tonight we have a special show. I spoke to because no prep season is firing up here up north in Canada. We have a couple special guests coming on tonight. We got John coming on from 519 Pro Street. That's been doing no preps now, I think, for it's probably been a while. I could be wrong, 5 or 6 years, maybe longer. We've got Mike Batista coming on with John Legato. John Legato was the winner of Dig or Die at Christmas, Silver Mustang. They decided to speak with a local track here in Toronto. Well, it's not really in Toronto. It's not even fucking close to Toronto, but it's called Toronto Motorsports Park. It's in Cayuga, which is about 3 hours or 2.5 hours from Toronto. They've been speaking with them, and they've decided to host the first event of the summer here, which is next weekend. Is going to be the backside of Toronto Motorsports Park. First time they've ever ran it like we did in Orlando, from the actual back running towards the starting line.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool. This weekend, before we bring, I see John. John, I see you down there. I'll bring you on in a minute. Couple things locally to you. This weekend was the truck event. Was it or no? Now, here's a question. I don't think it was an actual truck event because there were a lot of cars in it.
Well,
I think it was just like an event.
Well, there was a class where you could run anything. They did open it up. You could run cars in it. For
yeah,
sure.
Because they had, well, from what I've seen, now, mind you, I wasn't there, obviously, but I am in some chat groups and stuff like that, and I do see Facebook with the winners' picks. So I think we had, and feel free to put up comments, Terry. I'm not doing it tonight. I'll do some, but you're the moderator. There's the man, King Charles, as they call him.
King Charles, there he is.
The legend. What I refer to him now as the Immokalee Terror, although Junior hates that. I believe Charles has earned the name of the Immokalee Terror because he terrorizes all the trucks at Immokalee there. Most consistent, I'd say, at that track, he is the guy to beat. Has he been beat? A few times. But most consistent truck there. Like, he almost runs that thing now like a bracket truck. It's very consistent. He's won a lot of races, and kudos to him. The guy works hard. He's out there every week testing. You know, he's really got that thing dialed in at Immokalee there. So he's the man to beat. I mean, he's the top of the totem pole in my eyes.
Yep.
The Force boys have come out pretty strong with all their S10s, all the Fort Myers boys, or Fordyce. Fordyce? How do you say their last name?
I don't. That's how I say it, but I don't really know how you pronounce it.
Yeah, I apologize if I'm not saying it correctly. The Fordyce boys have come out swinging this year, so I bet they're going to be another one hard beat next year. We got our work cut out for us. These S10s are getting faster and faster every year.
Charles has got the regular wang still.
Yeah, Charles still has the baby wang, as we call it. There it is on the back of the truck. The OG wing. And then our friend, what's happening? Our friend Christopher Lopez won the 650 class. I mean, he's normally got that pretty dialed.
Yep.
And we had one of the Fordyce trucks won the Outlaw. Actually beat Charles in the Outlaw race. I don't know if you got to see that race. I got to see a video of it. I mean, impressive. I'll say it was an impressive race for sure. He definitely got him. And then when they raced in the, what did they call it? The bad motherfucker something. It was something belt, baddest motherfucker belt. Something happened with their dome sensor, they said. So they ended up losing to him within 60 feet. And then why I said, was it cars and trucks? This was the daily driver winner.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what kind of pickup truck that is, but it must be one of them El Caminos, because it looks to me a lot like a Camaro. But that's why I was asking, was it a truck event or was it like, I guess they're doing just open class?
I think they had, the last event they had one class that was open to cars, and this one I think they opened up a couple. So
Yeah. So the problem with their daily driver class is if you're doing trucks is there's so many rules. I think it has to have AC, and a lot of those trucks that are there don't have AC because a lot of them do engine swaps and stuff and don't carry the AC over. Now, one day when Freddie gets his truck done, look out because that motherfucker's got AC. I know because I installed it. So he'll be a force to reckon with. So congratulations to our boy Charles, as usual, holding it down there in Florida at Immokalee. Great job. Outlaw, very close race. There you go. Yeah, I was hoping to see a video of the whole event, but so far I haven't seen any coverage. Maybe Garrett was there. I'm sure someone was there. I'm sure videos will pop up slowly, but I was hoping to put up a few of them today, but nobody really sent me anything. I asked for some stuff. So, yeah, what else is going down in the sunny south before we bring John on here?
Nothing. I've been cleaning, doing housewife stuff,
Cleaning?
Since all my company's gone, I got to clean the place up.
What happened with your Ford? It broke down on the weekend?
Oh, you know what? Just
typical.
Yeah, I got stranded. I had to call the shop and get them to bring the service truck out and give me a jump.
The old F-150 left you stranded?
Yeah.
I told you should have been driving that Dodge. Don't like to listen to your daddy. I get it.
You know what?
Growers hurt the mind in the morning. James must be local.
Whoa.
All right. Well, with no further ado, I hear people popping in. It's like
they're all in.
Looks like Batista's at the bottom. So for starters, we'll bring on John. John Forbes is the promoter of 519 Pro Street. They do 5 events. Well, he'll tell you. My memory's horrible, but we do have some of his events here. So without further ado, what's happening, John?
Can you guys
hear
me?
How are you, bud? I can hear you. Terry, you hear him?
Good, man. Thank you for having me on the show.
No problem. Can we give him a little more volume? Is that possible? Hold on, I can do it. There we go. John, talk again.
Does that sound better? Or I can try and turn it up on my side too, maybe.
Try now.
Is that better?
Yeah, good. That's
All
better. Sorry, you were hard to hear. So, all right. So, welcome to whatever we call this, the Sunday night fuck around and find out show.
Yes, sir.
So, give us a little background of your deal up here in Ontario.
All right. So, I guess my name is John Forbes. I've kind of been around the car community probably 10 or 11 years here. So, we kind of started when I was super young. We would just do like car meets and stuff like that, and just everything evolved. So we started taking it to the track, and basically our starter at the track was basically we pinned all the local car groups against each other. Then we'd just kind of bring everybody together at once just to do racing and see who's the fastest. Like, is it 519 Mustangs? Is it the Toronto guys or whatever? And then things obviously progressed quickly here, and now we do like 5 or 6 no preps a year. It's been about, I think, 6 years now of doing no prep, and things have blown up pretty good here in Canada, and we're starting to get some really good fields. So it's been awesome, man.
So how long you been doing this now up here? How many years? I didn't know if I was right or wrong.
I would say no prep for, it's either 5 or 6 years with no prep, but then we did track racing for probably another 3 or so before that, and then just little stuff before that.
So you've been here. There used to be you and Ontario Street Outlaws, which was OSO.
Yeah.
Did they do it before you, or you were already doing no prep before they started?
So I guess Paul did the first ever no prep at Grand Bend, right? Like we would do, I guess you could call it no prep on the front side because we wouldn't touch the track or anything like that. But Paul was the first guy to do a no prep really at Grand Bend. And then we kind of followed suit there. Obviously, we kicked in the doors with St. Thomas after that. But I got to give credit where it's due. He was definitely the first guy to do it.
I got you. So now that, well, for people who don't know, Ontario Street Outlaws this year decided they'd had enough of the promoting. I know Paul had some medical issues as well, and just I'm sure it was a whole a whole thing with him. He probably just got tired. Honestly, it's a lot of work, as you know yourself, and we know.
It gets a ton of stress, so I get it. I mean, he's kind of getting a little bit older. He did a lot for the sport for a lot of years, so.
Yeah, so they've decided this year that they were shutting down, so there's no more Ontario Street Outlaws here in Ontario. So with that gap opening up, I'm going to bring on our other two guests so everyone can jump in the party here. First, we got Mike Batista, local racer here. We've raced many times. He's got a Fox body with a,
of course, he
like a rusted vintage wrap, I guess you'd call it. What do you call that, Terry?
I mean, it's not rusted. I think it's all colorful blues and reds and.
No, it's supposed to be like a hot. Anyway, I'll let him describe it. What's up, Mike?
Hello. How are you?
Hello. Good. You?
I'm all right. Thanks. Thanks for having me.
What do you consider your wrap? What is that called?
Well, it was supposed to be the side of a ship, so we went on Google and typed in side of a ship and then screenshotted it, and that's what it printed out.
Oh, okay. I thought it was going for like a hot rod, like old
Kind of
rat rod kind of look.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't really turn out how we intended it to, but we just left it on there anyways.
Yeah, I mean, it's different, which is cool. And we're also going to bring on your, I guess, business partner on this venture for the TMP race next weekend, John.
Yes.
John Legato.
Good evening. How are you?
Good. You?
Good, man. Thanks for having us.
How does it feel to be the fastest guy on here? I mean,
True.
For now.
Hey, it is what it is. Congratulations again on your dig or die win.
Thank you.
The celebrity has worn off a little now, and you're able to go back out in the public.
My head shrunk down, so we're good to go.
Oh, okay. So we're back to racing now.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So, why don't you boys? John gave us a little introduction. Why don't you guys let us know, why did you decide now to start hosting events at TMP?
Yeah. I don't know. Mike and I talked about it for a long time. We kind of kept taking the negatives out of what we were doing and saying, you know what, if we can put it to a positive and do something with it, then why not? So we just kept, talking, and then we talked with Uli, and next thing you know, we kind of had this event offered to us, I guess, that we could host it. And hopefully it'll be good. First time, I'm sure there'll be some bugs to work out and stuff, but Mike's put in a lot of work getting a lot of sponsors. We got quite a few lined up now, and we got a handful more, I think, that are going to sign on this week. So we should have, I think, about 10 grand on top of small tire plus buy-ins. And so we should be good depending on the car count. It should be a pretty decent purse to take home.
Yeah, it sounds like it. I think, what were you saying, 8 grand plus whatever buy-ins were, I think it was? Or am I wrong?
I think we got 10 cars as of today.
But sponsorship money on top was what, 8?
It was 8,500.
85 at that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, shit. That's a great payday for somebody.
Yeah, we're going to hopefully get it to 10.
There's 1,500 on top of daily and 1,500 on top of old school. Paulo put that money up, square one forming.
Nice. Are those the 2 classes he's running in?
I don't know. Maybe. Probably.
I know he does like to incentivize people to come out and race with him, and Paulo's a stand-up dude, so it's good you got him on as a sponsor. Yeah, he's got some pretty fast cars too, so it'll be interesting. So to bring up your guys' stuff, I opened up, or I had a couple things here. I don't know why my screen's so small. Okay, so for classes on your race, you guys have a small tire class, which is pretty standard rules: 28, 10, 5, non-W, door car, steel roof and quarters, no weight hanging past the parachute of the car, no butt hurt bars, and no all-wheel drive. I mean, that's pretty standard shit. Street class, you got a 26, 8.5, Is that for like Civics and stuff? Is that why you put a 26.85, or you think people will run slicks?
I mean, we're trying to get some guys if they want it, because you can fit that on a stock Fox body, right? With stock coilover still in it. I don't think you can fit a 28 10.5 on a factory rear shock location Fox body.
So is that a 26.85 slick they can run? It doesn't have to be DOT?
Correct, yes. And then you can run your QT Pro 11.5 28. Yeah.
Okay, must have full interior, rear seat delete, must be all steel, all glass, must have front clip on the car, working headlights, taillights, license plate. No methanol. If pickup truck can have Lexan rear window, must have stock style suspension. If all-wheel drive, 200 tread wear, exhaust out the back behind the driver. Yeah, I mean, I don't see anything wrong with that. That's the first time I've seen someone put a 26.85 though, so that's interesting. I wonder if anyone's going to show up on 26 slicks there, because I mean, guys have been pretty fast on a 26.85 in the 26s class. That's your dig or die tire limit too, I think, on the 26s. I remember I put them on my truck there at that dig or die we were at, John, and it was horrible.
Yeah, it looked interesting.
Very interesting.
Retarded.
Yeah. Looked and felt retarded, but I don't know if I'll try that again. But I think if I try that again, I got to put 26s on the front too to make it better. But who knows if I'll ever do that again. Next we've got old school, which is cool. I've never even, I'm trying to think if any other events have something like that. So your old school rules are any tire, so they can run a 29.5, anything? Big tire,
whatever you
anything?
want. It fits, it ships.
That'll be interesting to see who shows up for that. Any tire, no EFI, must be carbureted. I don't know what else it would be if it's not EFI. No electrics?
Maybe jet powered. I don't know. You never know, Kuga.
That's true. They do have jet powered cars. That's a good point. So anyone who's got a jet powered car, it doesn't say no jet powered. So
bring it out.
One power adder only. Now, one power adder only is that, can they have 7 kits of nitrous on it? Still one power adder?
Yeah, I see why. No. Yeah, it's still nitrous is nitrous. It's still one power adder, right?
Yeah.
If you're twin turbo, it's still turbo. It's not like you're running a turbo and nitrous or whatever.
Or are you?
I don't know. I'm not. I was just testing right now. It was pretty scary where we were testing, but it works pretty good.
Well, that's all right. Must be a door car. Now your daily driver must be on a DOT, hard tire, no bias ply, radial only. Well, I don't think they make a DOT bias ply, to be honest, but maybe. Is QTP, hold on now, so no QTPs in daily?
I don't know. John made those rules.
John, no QTP in daily?
I don't think so. I think it's like more of like a radial deal. Like,
yeah,
like
it says must be on DOT, hard tire, no bias ply, radial only.
Yeah.
Fully insured with plates, no methanol, must be all steel, all glass, full interior, working radio. Ooh, working radio, wipers, and lights. That's a new one. Must have stock suspension. If all-wheel drive, must have 200 tread wear tires. Okay, bike, any bike, no bar, no slick. Those are the full rules. Modern street, 200. Sorry? Go ahead, Mike.
No, sorry, I was going to say never mind.
All right. Modern street is a 210, or sorry, 2010 and newer, unless the generation started the year before, for example, CTSV 2009 to current factory. Style, slicks allowed, full exhaust, no all-wheel drive. This class is for your Hellcats, Camaros. So how's that working out? You guys get any interest in that? I've always wondered how Modern Muscle, how to bring that back, because that class kind of got the shit kicked out.
That class would be awesome.
I have a lot of guys.
Awesome.
I've had a lot of guys inquire about it. A couple guys from the States. I know there's a Camaro that's coming out and a Corvette and a Hellcat and a Magnum, I think. But they don't need to lock in. So I don't know. I hope it's a busy class because those guys really got beat up on by the track hawks and they didn't want to come back out for more beating up on, I guess.
Yeah,
So
those track hawks are a pain in the ass.
Yeah, so I think Cody actually has 10 all-wheel drive cars that are coming out to race. So
it might be 9 actually, because his truck's not in the best of shape. That's what I was working on all weekend.
Oh,
it's okay. He can run his big old Ford there.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, he even 9 cars will let it slide. Like it's not a big deal. But I just didn't know. You know, it's hard enough to make classes for every shape of car. You know.
Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah, I know the Trackhawks, I mean, are fast for what they are, but in the grand scheme of things nowadays, I think they're slowly starting to fall behind, minus a couple of them that are actually running times that are competitive now in certain things. But I mean, in the daily driver class, it's understandable. I'd like to see the modern muscle class take off. That's always been something that's struggled. We tried to do stuff in Florida with that too, and it just doesn't. I mean, the guy who wins our daily class is a CTSV, but I guess he's intimidated so many people by winning so many times that now that class is completely dead.
Shit.
Which seems to be what happens with these classes. But I mean, there's so many new style 2010. I like the 2010 idea because a lot of these dailies and modern muscle, they say 2005, which is now, 20 years old. I don't know if that's modern day anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Even 2010 starting to get old.
Yeah.
So no, that's cool. I hope that works out for you guys on that end, because it would be cool to see that class. I think, like I said, there's a ton of those cars out there. I work on a lot of them. I mean, guys always ask me, oh, I want to go racing this and that, and then I tell them, well, here's where you can go, and then I don't know, just kind of always falls short.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure what happened though, because we used to get fields of 20 cars regularly all the time for that class, and then it just kind of fell apart a little bit.
Yeah, I remember Modern Muscle when it started. Now that could be my fault too back in the day.
Mm-hmm. Now we didn't have a year rule on that kind of turned some people away or whatever. I didn't want to be the guy that was going to rule people out just because they're fast, obviously, right? Like Paulo does really good in that class. I didn't want to be the guy to be like, hey, we're going to put this rule in just to rule Paulo out. But man, the classes used to be so good because looking over the landscape of cars, obviously there's way more of those caliber cars than small tire cars or anything else.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You would think that would be the biggest class. There just has to be some way to keep everyone happy in that class. The problem with that class is there's a lot of people that cry.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
The minute they lose, that's it for them. They're never coming back again. That's basically the mentality. So
yeah, it's shitty. It's called racing. It's not called winning, right? I mean, everybody's got to work hard on their stuff. It's not going to come overnight. So
CJR has track rentals. I don't think it's racing. It's just they do test and tune stuff. I mean, maybe they do racing. They were doing roll racing last year. I don't really keep up with their shit, to be honest.
You talked to them, though, didn't you, Mike, about coming out to our deal?
Yeah, he seemed pretty interested, and then didn't seem very interested, but then seemed interested. I don't know. I understand it's intimidating to come out race a bunch of beat up old drag cars, but
we got a question here, John. Are you going to War in the Woods this year with your car?
Honestly, I've thought about it. I got to see where we end up with the changes we've made before I make any decisions about that. I would like to go once just to say I've gone and done it, just because it's,
it is definitely a kick-ass experience for sure.
Yeah, and like I would definitely like to do it. I want to see where we end up first with with the changes we've made and stuff, and just get a good good grasp of that, and then we'll see what's up.
I got you. Terry, you got the same question. What's the next race you're attending, Terry?
I'm just going to follow John around wherever he decides to go. I'm going to check his schedule and follow him around.
Dig or die. You want to follow the fastest guy on the chat here. That's why. I get it. I feel you. Oh, there you go. His wife gave him permission to go to War in the Woods, so he's going.
It's always a plus.
So nice when that happens. So, boys, I don't know how you want to sell this race to people. What entices them to come across the border to come race with us this weekend?
I think the biggest thing I think is the money, the sponsor money on top for Small Tire, and I think it'll be an early big money race for the season, and I don't know. I think people, if they have their stuff ready, then I think it'd be a good thing to come out and give it a shot. It's a new surface too, so it's it's kind of it's not like anybody's tested on it to get a leg up on anybody else. So that's definitely a plus for people that are traveling a bit too, and everybody's in the same boat. I don't know.
Matt Searle better run old school.
It's the only pour your own puddle as of.
Oh shit!
Was that me or Mike? Mike, we can't hear you. You're lagging. I thought it was me. Oh, what'd you say?
You hear me now?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on here. I mean, it's pour your own puddle as well. I don't think we have.
Now you went underwater.
I don't know.
Oh, now it's back. Oh, and now he's gone.
Definitely not back.
He was back. I think what he was saying, from what I caught in between the gurgling, was it's Canada's first pour your own puddle at the back of the track there. So
it's kind of cool. It's something different. I mean, up north, everything that we do is pretty well water burnout up here. So it's cool. Like it's a virgin surface back there. I'm looking forward to going out and these guys are doing a good job with it. I mean, for your first race to come up with that much money to put on top, I think people are really going to enjoy it and come out.
Yeah, it's honestly like it's been a lot of work. Very busy with that stuff, but I think it'll be worth it. We got Cooper Rentals bringing a Skyjack, so we got like a finish line cam that goes 25 feet up and like over top of the lane type deal. So that'll
be sweet.
Yeah, it'll give a good view for the finish line cam, and then we've got like Archer Traffic bringing out tons of pylons and barrels. So we'll have everything kind of set up. Everyone will have ideas where they're going and stuff. I'm gonna have somebody at the front by the gate when you come in to kind of direct people where to go and that as well. So but the biggest thing is like I just want to have the least amount of confusion and be very welcoming to everybody, because everyone knows the last deal was not as welcoming, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
And,
no, that's true.
We just want to, like, first time I went to New York, raced upstate, like I walked up to pay my buy-in and they were like, welcome, thanks for coming, thanks for coming from Canada. That's great. And I was blown away. It was like, wow, people actually, give a shit.
They're actually friendly.
Yeah. And it was like, oh, okay, like this is interesting. This is new. So we just really want to mimic that and, show everybody a good time with no bullshit and just good racing and have some fun. And, bonus that we got as much money as we do on top and see where it takes us.
So are you both racing in this as well?
I'm not going to be racing.
No.
My car might be there if it's done and ready, but I'll probably have a buddy run it for me. I'm just going to be focused on, making sure the event goes smooth and stuff like that.
That's a smart choice. I mean, I'm the dumb one who tries to race at some of our events, and it's a lot. It really is.
I've watched it. I've watched you do it, and it's like, it's just going to cause me too much stress. I just want to, I'll be there in the tent. I'll by the line. If anyone has questions or concerns or something like that, at least we can address it. Get things.
Honestly, when you do it, both things struggle. That's the shit part. You're racing. Yeah. You're not on top of your racing, and you're also not on top of the event like you want to be. So that's something I've struggled with because first and foremost, I'm a racer. Like that's what I like doing. So it's hard for me not to participate. And then people not bother me, but they're like, oh, you got to run your truck. And they put a lot of pressure on me. So I feel like I have to, but in the same sentence, it is very challenging. And Terry knows this. I mean, we've ran some pretty big events and it really grinds you down.
Oh, 100%. So I just figure it'll be easier to have.
Yeah, no, it's a smart choice, especially for your first event if you want it to go smoothly. So we have a question here. What about C6 Corvettes, 2005 to 13? Do those qualify for modern?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay. There's your answer to that. What else we got on here? Most people only want to race. That's universal. That's not Canada. That's not U.S. That's not Europe. That's fucking worldwide.
Yep.
Terry, is this true? You got a new man crush?
I mean,
you got to watch Terry.
Call it what you want.
So yeah, boys, it sounds good. I'm looking forward to it. I locked in. What do you think about this lock-in idea? I know you probably took that from us down south. It's a very hard concept for people to understand at first. I mean,
it's tough. It's one of those things you want to try and forecast as much as you can, just to make things go smooth and be able to give guys a guarantee. But it's been a challenge to get a handful of guys locked in. Like I at first figured when we first started talking about this, like we'll get 20 guys locked in for sure, and it's like scrounging 10, and it's like.
It's a tough thing, and I was arguing with some people just in a private chat about this and some other things because they don't quite understand. I mean, at the end of the day, it's, for example, John's race. I think, John, you were asking $25 like we do. We used to have 50 for lock-ins, and the only reason that for the 50, and Terry hates the 25. If you want to talk about a guy who hates the 25,
too much fucking change, you got to give them back.
Yeah, he got so mad at me about the 25.
That's my tip: is make sure you got a bunch of change.
Keep it simple. I fully agree with you.
So we did the 50 because 50 makes sense because a lot of the classes are either 100, 150, 200, 250, or 300, right? So people normally bring the change, and the 25 makes it a lot more difficult. But at the end of the day, the only reason we dropped it down to 25 is it's fucking $25. If you can't, like, guys are like, well, I don't know if my car will be fixed or if blah, 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 this and that. I'm like, I spend more than that on lunch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean at this point? So even if you can't make the race and you donate that 25, is it really going to fucking ruin your whole life? Because I
think people are in like denial that, even that, I don't want to spend $300 to do a small tire race. And it's like, well, let's break it down. How much for a set of tires? How much fuel are you going to burn? How much fuel's, in your pickup? And your time, like, it's all worth something. So why not have a pot that's actually worth winning other than like $1,000? Like I don't know. It's tough, but then you get guys that are totally against it. So, how do you keep everybody happy or find that happy medium of putting that together? You don't.
It's I don't know, man. It's tough. Like I've always just tried to go with my gut. I do the best then. And
are you guys going to have garbage cans and shitters back there at the back of the track for people?
Yes.
Okay. There's your answer for that, Brad.
We got Ronnie's Chicken will be there for a food truck vendor, which was awesome. Mike hooked that up. And I think we'll have one of our sponsors is Gary Stone from Snap-on. He's got a Snap-on truck. So as far as I know, he's planning to bring his tool truck out. So if guys need something or anything like that, they can go on and have a look. And I think we got a DJ booked. So we all have a sound system for all that stuff. And
Steve Nat's going to be announcing, the guy
Yep.
from upstate New York.
Yep. And then I think we'll have a couple guys with megaphones cruising the pits on golf carts too, to kind of let guys know what time they need to be up at the line and stuff.
Who's the flagger going to be for this event? Some people here are asking.
Zach Bolton, or Shrimpy, as some guys know him, from
Just
upstate.
to let Alex near the event.
I think he should come out. It'll be fun.
Maybe you can learn how to flag. Oh no! Too soon. Too soon. Alex is gonna chirp me now.
But no, it should be a good time. I'm looking forward to it.
Chris Michael said, "I'll give you $1,500 for your truck, Terry, if you want to sell it."
I'll be honest.
Reach out to him privately.
Cash offer. That's the highest cash offer I've received. But I could have a boat. I could have a chassis car by now. I could have another S10, just a newer body style. I mean, I've got a lot of trades, but
Rafa Tony's going to have his flatbed there just in case anybody needs to get towed back to their trailer.
Perfect.
Oh, that's good. No, it sounds like you guys got everything under wraps. And as for, what you were saying before with the 350 buy-in, I'm all for it. I think a lot of guys, and especially guys who race small tire at this point, if that's a lot of money to you, then honestly, I hate to say this, but you probably shouldn't be racing small tire, because the amount of money it costs to go out and race the truck or your car, like, I completely understand it, because just to move my truck and come out to a race and this and that, you're looking more than likely every time it's $1,000.
Yeah, 100%.
So why would I want to bring it to a race where it's $100 buy-ins, and even at 10 people, it's $1,000 to win?
Yeah.
So best case scenario of the day is I break even. Best case, like
yeah.
To some people, they race for fun, and I get all that, and that's why there's the lower classes. But I think a lot of small tire guys who are trying to be actually competitive and race in a competitive environment kind of do it for the money. I mean, not everyone does. I'm not saying they do. Some guys just want to come out and race for fun. But I mean, small tire is there is nothing, what are you going to race that's higher than small tire? Outlaw? Nobody races outlaw other than this idiot. So, and that idiot down there.
Also, I forgot to mention, if you buy your tickets online, you'll speed up the process at the gates. You don't have your waiver and all that stuff's online, and your racers still get to crew with you, but they have to be with you in the truck at that time. And spectators, if you buy online, you save $5, I think it is, per ticket.
Yeah.
So what is it? So what is the gate for everyone, just so people know?
For racers, it's 80, and it comes with 2 crew members. And then for spectators, it's 30, but it's 25, I believe, online.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So if you show up day of, pay at the gate, it's $30. But if you go online and buy your tickets, it's 25. Basically, is what you're saying.
Yes.
And for racers, it's 80 regardless, or if you buy it online, it's cheaper too.
No, it's the same thing.
It's 80.
It just speeds up the process, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna have our own. We're gonna have our own gate at the front, our own lane.
Okay.
There is also another event happening, so we're gonna have our own lane just to speed up the process for our guys, for racers especially. So
nice. It sounds like you got it all under control. Go ahead. Sorry, John.
If you do buy online, they send you a barcode, like for spectators. So then literally you have the barcode on your phone, you pull up to the gate, they scan it, you're on your way. So it'll speed things up. And then I think Dave Tusnard, he made a WhatsApp group chat, and I think we'll have the barcode displayed like at the tent, and we'll do updates on that as well to, like, times to be up at the line, stuff like that. We'll see how that goes or not. But
chip drive every round too.
Yeah.
And if you lock in, wasn't it $50 cheaper if you lock in or something?
Yeah. So it was 300 if you lock in. If you don't lock in, it'll be 350.
Gotcha.
And that all goes on the pot.
Okay. Just an incentive for people to lock in, right?
Exactly. So we can forecast it a little bit.
No, that's good. I mean, I hope lock-ins catch on because as a promoter, like I said, we started doing that a couple years ago, and it was tough to get people to do it in the beginning. But once they understood the system, I mean, a lot of these big races, that's what they do. Even some of the stuff in the States, like you got to buy tickets for it, right? Like if you're going to World Series of Pro Mod and stuff, you got to pay full pop up front. If you go to TRC's events, you have to pay full pop up front. It's not like a lock-in. It's you literally have to buy your whole ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So $25 or $50 for a lock-in just helps a promoter get a shit organized. Like it's huge for us because it shaves a ton of time, especially when we're doing tech. Are you guys teching any cars or you don't care? It's just going to be honor system.
We're going to do like a lighter tech, like just make sure everything's, pretty safe. They have all their
stuff.
Yeah.
What time does it start? I'm sure it's on your flyer, but these are the questions you get.
Drivers meetings at 3, gates open at 10. We encourage everybody to show up early because the other event that's going on is going to be busy. So drivers meetings at 3, racing to follow. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. Hopefully we'll be racing by 3:45, 4 o'clock.
Can people park their cars up by the starting line against the wall to watch the race?
We're going to cut that back a little bit. We're going to put some pylons just so it's not just cars and people can stand up against the wall. I think closer to the 8th mile is probably where we're going to stop cars from parking there. Just so people can stand there and it's not cluttered with cars because the one side of the field's not very nice.
Like muddy, you mean?
Yeah, I don't know how much it's going to dry out by then. So to play it safe, we're going to block the cars off probably at the 8th mile point just so people can stand there and not be like tripping over cars. And, it is what it is at that point. Like a lot of times it's just, pickup trucks running along the whole side of the place. And then there's no one for anybody to stand. And then that's why they all stand at the starting line because they really have nowhere to stand, right?
We're going to try to get a set of bleachers. Apparently the track owns like a portable set just around the corner. So we're going to hopefully get those up by the starting line type deal, like behind the wall. So at least gives, anybody with young ones a place to sit type deal.
So this other event that they're having at the track is at the front of the track?
No, so it's
car show at the road course.
Yeah.
Oh, it's at the road course. Are they going to be running the road course in the background?
Yes. And they will have the track
not
rented.
A safety issue?
No. I don't think so.
Okay.
We got some jersey barriers to block off where that road course kind of comes where we're going to park guys. And then they also have the track rented until 3 o'clock. And then
I got you. So it'll be pretty much done by the time you start.
Yeah.
It's more of like a car. It's more of a car show and like an audio competition and like a 2-step thing. So if you're into that, you want to blow your heads off, you can go there and just hold on your trans brake for half an hour and grenade everything. But
so David said you guys have a WhatsApp thing you're also doing for racers. So where would they find that?
So there will be like a barcode that you can scan up by the tent.
Okay.
Like when you come when you pay your buy-in or we do your tech, and everybody can scan it, and then basically it'll just have updates on there. So it'll say like, small tire to the line at this time or modern or whatever the class may be. And then, if you don't hear it on the loudspeaker, then at least you'll be able to look at it on there too.
There you go. What if it rains and we purchase ahead of time? Do we get a refund, or are you guys doing it on Sunday, or what's the rain? Because there is a little rain in the forecast. It doesn't look that bad, but
we have Sunday if we need it. at the track.
Okay.
So we do have Sunday in case it is a rain day. So we're looking forward for no rain, though. I was looking at it today. I don't think we're going to get it. I looked on 2 different apps, and it said no rain. So it looks like it's going to end Friday, like late night. So
I got you. What time does it start? What's the start time? What time is the cutoff for? What time is the cutoff for tech? Is there a cutoff?
wow. I mean, before the drivers' meeting. I mean, I'd hope like you want to come like 30 minutes at least before. You know what I mean? There's no,
I would say
like, cutoff.
2:30 would be probably 2:30 would be the cutoff. Give us half an hour to get everything ready, and then have our drivers meeting at 3.
Are you guys planning on doing anything else after this event, or is there anything else you're being part of for TMP?
Well, I might do something in the fall. I'm thinking of doing like an invite only, $500 a car. Try to get 20 cars and do a small tire like shout out type thing back there. But
Okay.
honestly, it's I give a big round of applause to the promoters because it's definitely not as easy as it looks. Like you guys make it look easy, and it ain't easy, especially when guys just don't understand what you're trying to do, right? So I think that'll be what I'd like to do towards the end of the season. But maybe next year do one in the spring, one in the fall. But that's about it. I don't know what TMP's actually doing with the OSO dates just as of yet. I know they're going to be doing a no prep type deal, but I don't know who's running it yet. There's nothing official yet, but I think it's going to be like, I think it's going to be the track doing their own thing. So
That's going to be interesting.
yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I can't say I do know because I really don't. It's kind of all up in the air still. So
It's
I'm looking
cool
forward to going to John's event though.
better is how I look at it. Like the more racing that racers have, it's great. And like I loved when Paul hosted stuff at OSO there, because like I would see him do something, then I'd be like, man, I got to work harder. I got to do something bigger. Like it kind of drives you to do bigger stuff.
So this weekend, speaking of John, we'll get to you as well, John. So this weekend is King of the North, which we went over. So anyone who's interested, here's the flyer for it. Small tire, true street, old school, bike class and daily driver, standard rules pretty much. And it will be a PYOP at the backside of TMP, racing towards the starting line. First time ever. Virgin surface, nobody's been there, no one's tested. Speaking of testing and virgin surfaces, I was talking to Mike about this earlier, but are you guys going to try to keep that for like a once a year event like they do with Dig or Die, or is TMP going to flip and then let everyone test there and turn it into what it used to be on the other no prep?
We're hoping not. I mean, we've mentioned to them that we don't want them to allow anybody to test there.
I mean, I know it's their track. I just wasn't sure if you spoke to them, and because I think it would be awesome if you guys can keep people from testing there after the event and make it like a 1 or 2 time a year deal. It'll definitely preserve the surface, kind of like what we do at Orlando. They don't really let anyone. I mean, Javier goes back there with his truck and takes videos for TRC, but they don't like allow testing at the back of Orlando, which keeps it somewhat, just a special surface. It doesn't get ruined. Because I mean, when multiple people test on a surface, you guys are both very well aware. More testing, it becomes more and more like a racetrack. So
we were gonna do this event actually last fall, and then Alex mentioned there was like another event going on. It's probably a bad idea, do it in the spring, so we moved it to the spring. I think it was the same. It would have been landed on the same day as Milan. I think it would have been, but I agree with that. I mentioned to them, like, listen, like if people start testing back there, like it's going to be kind of hard to, it won't make our event any more different than any other surface that we have to race in Canada. And like, unfortunately, we can't do this on the street in Canada because it's just our repercussions on the street are like significantly more strict than the States. Like you lose everything. So.
Yeah, no, that's understandable for sure. And that's all I'm saying. It would be cool if they listen to you guys, I guess I would say, and keep that for like a 2 times a year racing surface. You know what I mean? Kind of like Grand Bend is at John's races. I think. I don't know if people test back there, but that's kind of what makes these events as good as they are, right? Like you said, once people go there and test and test and test, number one, it doesn't level the field at all. And number two, it just ruins the surface. And then all of a sudden it's just as fast as everything else, right?
I liked the road course at TMP. That was fun. And even Grand Bend, the road course is good there. But last year they had the MotoGP bikes. And if you watch the video of the bikes coming around, they go over the left side, so the right lane had significantly more rubber, but it's because the bikes were going around and pulling the rubber up. But at TMP they have the same issue with the left lane because the cars come around and they're constantly pulling the rubber out of the ground, right? So it's kind of like, what are you supposed to do? Hey, don't race on the road course. You know, it's kind of hard. It is what it is. I guess we play with what we got out here, but there's a couple of other surfaces that people mentioned to me, but like a little more north in Ontario. I haven't really looked into it yet, but
Shannonville or
no, apparently in North Bay there's like a pretty good
North Bay
there. Yeah, it's
Holy
far though.
fuck.
Like it's 4 hours for me. I don't know. It's probably
Jesus Christ. Gonna have to
100
hire
hours
a
for John.
helicopter for that ride.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's north. That's real north. That's even north for me.
Yeah. But I definitely like to do like a small tire shutout type thing, or like a cash days, whatever you want to call it. You know, with a bigger amount buy in and lock in like 20 cars only kind of thing. And I think that would be work well. Like it's just hard to try to make all these other classes happy. I mean, you guys do a good job at it, but it's
Oh, trust me, it doesn't come easy. 3 weeks before any event, my phone doesn't stop ringing. It turns into a full-time job.
For sure.
I try to get work done, and there's no chance. The phone's just constantly going off all day, every day, messages, phone calls.
Well, you guys do a great job. I mean, I came to one event in Florida that you hosted. That's 2 years ago now, and probably one of the most fun events I've been to. Right. So,
thank you. I appreciate that.
Even though I didn't understand that there was no flagger there and it was off a red light, but I probably that was my own fault.
Instant green.
Yeah, that was funny. I was looking around for a flagger, and then I seen the car leave. I was like, "Oh, there it is."
Yeah. Game over.
Yeah, I probably should have listened in the driver's meeting.
Yeah, some people listen, some don't, but you learn over time. I'm the same way. A lot of times I'm not paying attention, and then after I'm like, "Whoops!" They're like, "Oh, one burnout only." I don't get a burnout. I back up. I'm like, "Okay, I gotta do another one." They're like, "No, you're not." I'm like, "Uh-oh." My bad. Yeah, Terry does do all the work. I'll give Terry the props. Trust me. If I didn't have Terry, probably would have offed myself a couple times. He pulls me back off the ledge. Well, boys, I hope it's a great event. Like I said, I locked in. I'm looking forward to it. First event up north here. I wish I could go somewhere and test, but I'm just so busy at the shop here that it's not looking good. So we'll just unload it off the trailer and hope for the best. Yeah, it sounds like a good time. I'm excited that it's a virgin surface, first time running that way, so it'll be cool. I love those events like that. I think it's awesome you guys were able to do that. So
is Ben going to be there streaming, or anybody live streaming?
I think Ben will be there. Pro Tree.
Ben, that other guy, Tetanus.
Yeah,
there's
Tetanus 98.
Yeah, there's a bunch of like photography guys that messaged me and asked for like media passes or whatever, and I gave it to them, but I don't remember all their names. There was like 10 of them. I don't know who they are.
I got a cell phone. Can I get a media pass? I'll take some videos while I'm there.
You know what I mean?
Is that free entry?
No, I think I only sent out like 3 to be honest with you. But there's like that's what you get is like guys with a cell phone and one of those selfie sticks. Be like, I'm a media guy now.
Yeah, everyone's a media. We're media guys. Look at us. Terry and I are media specialists.
Fuck yeah!
I'm streaming right now. Look,
see, he's streaming himself for TikTok.
Good.
All right, gentlemen. If that's anything else you want to add?
Not really, man. I think we covered pretty much everything. I just hope everybody comes out, has fun, and
look at that thing.
There's the car.
Look at that
That's the
wrap.
ship. It's the Google ship.
Look, it's super cool.
I have a lot of videos with that car in it.
I drove it today for the first time in a long time. It was interesting. A lot different with 2 turbos.
Why, you only had a single before?
Yeah, now it's twin and a bigger motor, new tranny. So
So-
it was
Oh, yeah. It should be interesting then. It's always fun to upgrade over the winter.
Yeah, it definitely, and we fixed some stuff with the suspension, so it drives pretty nice. I was actually surprised today.
Is Pedro locked in, or is he too scared? Jason's asking.
My new puppy, or like the guy with the Nova.
The guy with the Canada's fastest Nova. It's not just the Nova. It's
the
possibly the world's fastest Nova. We're not quite sure yet because he hasn't traveled the world. But
I'm gonna change his name to the Comedian. The Comedian.
Well, Cody was gonna have the world's fastest Nova, but then it didn't get finished, so Pedro took the title.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope to see him there, so I can call him out first round. I like to race the fastest Nova. I already know the truck's fast, so we don't have to. You
don't want to do first round with me anymore? You've had enough of that?
I had enough of that.
All right.
Yeah. It took it took like 40 times to beat you once, so
trust me, I'm not the one you have to worry about. There's way faster guys than me now.
Started with that Cherokee, and then when I had my Camaro.
It's been a constant abuse. I live rent free up there. It's nice. I'm more scared of John's car now.
It was just steady violations. Every time I lined up to that thing, it was just a violation. Every time
Violation.
The Trackhawk violated a lot of Camaros. Let's just put it that way.
The Trackhawk in his time violated a lot of people, but now wouldn't even be competitive. It was great for its time.
Where did it go? Like, who has that?
It's in Barrie. It just sits in this guy's garage. It doesn't do anything.
Probably just shows his buddy the videos of the violations that it gave people.
Yeah, pretty much. It's kind of sad because I know exactly where it is, but
it's on my list. I'm saving my money.
It's on Terry. Terry wants to buy it back, but myself personally, I don't see the point. It would cost way too much money to make it competitive at this point in the kind of racing I want to do. Like, I mean, I could make it competitive for a daily and modern class and destroy that class once again, but I don't see the point behind that.
So that other Cherokee that you're building, is that going to be like a rear wheel drive type deal, or are you gonna?
Yeah, it's rear wheel drive. That truck is not going to be for racing. That truck is going to be for just fucking around doing burnouts, and we're putting a screw blower on it, so it's not going to be good for racing. Trust me.
There was a silver one in New York. There was a silver one in New York area, twin turbo guy.
Oh yeah, no, that's fast, but I'm not. I have zero interest in racing that truck. I'm literally building it to go to car shows and fucking just fuck around with. I had enough racing already.
You gonna bring it for that two-step competition they got?
Yeah, I'll do shit like that, burnout competitions with it, all that stuff. But for racing,
take over, Mike.
I've learned over time here that having one race car is expensive enough. Having two will probably fucking finish me off, and that'll be the end of my. I'll be living in that trailer for life.
giving out ZJs.
Yeah. Thanks, Terry. You fuck.
Well.
So no, we're just gonna build the Jeep for fun. Honestly, it's just gonna be like something cool, Hot Wheels style. That's what I want. I just want something I can go with my son to a car show with, and screw around. I'm not interested in building two race cars. The S10 is more than enough.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, boys. I'm going to let you two go, and then we'll get talking to John about his series. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you coming on. If there's anything else you want to share, it's your moment. Do you want to give a shout out to your sponsors, maybe?
I can give
anything like that.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll let John
under the bus here.
John's got the list. John's got the list in front of him. I'm in my truck.
So we got Frank RK. He donated some money. GT Water Haulage, Halton Transmission, GR Environmental and Rail, JL Customs, Raffle Towing, Ultimate Garage Doors, Ronnie's Chicken, SVT. I think it's special vehicle transfer or haulage.
Transport, yeah. He does
Transporting,
enclosed,
I think.
he does an enclosed transport. He's got like this air ride trailer too for really low.
Okay.
Trailers, $1,000 I think he gave us.
Snap on, Gary Stone, and so far that's about it.
And Paulo Squirrel Informing for
Yes. Yep.
Daily and Old School.
Yes.
That's awesome. Thank you guys for supporting Ontario racing. That's really cool. Appreciate it.
Yes, we appreciate that. It's excellent. Thanks for having
We
us
all
on.
do.
That's great. Look forward to seeing you this weekend. And
yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be the first race of the season, so it's nice to be back in Canada here, doing backside racing again. So I'm pumped. I'm looking forward to it.
Is it nice to be back in Canada, though?
No, not really. I just said that to try to be polite to everyone here.
He's been crying all week. Cry baby.
Oh, I'm with you.
No, it's nice to see you guys, but honestly, yeah, no, it sucks here. I'll be honest.
Yeah, 100%.
Here,
it's definitely different.
All right.
So, all right, gentlemen, have a wonderful evening. Appreciate you, and we'll see you this weekend.
Thank you. Have a good night.
All right,
Take
you
care.
too.
See ya.
See ya.
all right,
All right, Johnny boy, it's your time to shine now. Solo
Sure.
man.
all
We're
right.
on to 519 Pro Street's got a fucking lineup this year.
A banger of a season this
The
year.
banger of a season.
excited.
So we've got, let's go through them here quick time. We've got Clash of the
Look at that.
Champions.
Look at that car.
Going to be 10,000 guaranteed July 20th, St. Thomas. We've got, sorry, they're not in order here. The Rumble of the North frontside race is June 28th, 5K guaranteed small tire.
Yep.
We've got, of course, my favorite, Legacy No Prep 5, 10K guaranteed small tire, Grand Bend, August 30th and September 1st, biggest race of the year, the one I look forward to that you do.
Thank you.
We got all kinds here.
So this is the first race of the year.
This is your first race of the year, May 17th, St. Thomas Dragway. It's your blue collar no prep, so it's $100 buy-in for all classes.
Yeah. So basically, this race is kind of like a give back from us to the racers. I mean, regular gate fee is $25. We knock $5 off, so it's only $20 for everybody coming through the gate. It's $5,000 guaranteed in small tire, and it's only $100 buy-in. And we're gonna pay it no matter who shows up. I mean, if there's 16 or 6 cars there, it doesn't matter. Somebody's getting $5,000. So
that's awesome, dude. Good way to start the season by paying back to the racers before you make any money. You know what I'm saying?
for sure, especially like
I'm just kidding.
A lot of Americans that watch this, but up north, man, we really get bent over when it comes to cost of stuff or building anything or anything like that. Like, we get hit with a ton of fees and everything's expensive up here. So if we can do anything that kind of gives back to the racers and makes them feel welcome and makes them know that we give a shit about the racers, we're going to do it.
That's awesome, dude. I mean, it's great what you're doing this year. I see most of these are all guaranteed payouts, which is cool. We also got the
barely
legal. That one is August
10th, Grand Bend there, and it's sponsored by Pandy's Performance. I'm super excited to be working with these guys. I'm sure you guys are probably familiar with their work and their cars. They pump out killer stuff, and I think partnering with them too is going to help us get a lot more guys from the Michigan, Detroit area. So we're kind of starting that connection there. I've been talking to the guys with PYOP, like the True North Turbos race for 10 grand. That's going to be super cool too, because we kind of piggyback off PYOP. Like, they're there the Saturday, and then every racer is going to have another opportunity to come to our race Sunday and race for another $10,000. So it's a win-win situation for everybody.
Put that flyer back up.
The what?
Put
the flyer back up. Which one?
Now that
this ugly ass red car.
If you guys want to know what 7,000 horsepower and $2.5 million in race cars look like, look at these three right here.
Yeah,
that's probably
in Canada. And
I mean, I see one of the fastest S10s in Canada there, hands down.
7,000 combined horsepower right there.
Can't deny it.
I see the fastest Nova in Canada there as well in that picture, and then I see the world's slowest chassis car at the bottom there.
Oh my God! Okay,
just dangling out bottom.
They have to
even everything out in the flyer. Can't put all winners on the flyer.
Oh, that's right. Fuck, guys are gonna get me in trouble here.
You're gonna get. He just logged on. He's gonna get all fired up.
I know Dylan's there.
Oh, here.
I told you. You guys started it with him.
No, that's awesome, John. It's good. You got some great sponsors this year. It's cool to see guaranteed payouts, so people aren't just showing up. You know, I mean, it's tough for you. I give you credit for that. You're stretching yourself out, putting these guarantees up there because, I mean, I hope it fills up the classes like you need them to, but you got some great sponsors to back that up that are willing to invest in Ontario racing. I think that's really cool.
Definitely. Like this year, I just tried to take all the criticism kind of and just do everything that I can to go to like guaranteed payouts, kind of just run it a little bit smoother and better. Just try to make everything overall better. I mean, I put out the staff lists this year. We have a lot more staff members, like event that everybody loves. So just try to do the best things that we can for the racers and just listen to them and see what they think and go from there.
No, that's I mean, you've been doing it now a long time. So I'd imagine throughout the years here, you've learned what works, what doesn't work, what people like, what people don't like. I know you get a lot of slack too. I mean, it's hard. It's hard being a promoter, especially in Ontario.
It's definitely a thankless job. And Ontario is, people get a little bit crazy up here. I feel like people kind of get down on stuff quick and whatever, instead of just kind of building it up together. But I just love racing, man. Like when I started this stuff, everybody always talked about, hey, racing sucks around here, that there's no crazy heads up stuff, but it's like nobody would get off their ass and just try to do something. So I said, fuck it. I went to the track and we got talking. And at the start, like everybody wants to shut doors on you, right? They're like, hey, these idiot kids, they're going to come out here, crash these cars, wad some shit up. Nobody wants this stuff. But like as it grew in, I just kept bugging people, bringing more stuff to the track. Like it kind of became undeniable. And like that's what I would tell anybody too. Like I didn't listen to anybody in the beginning. I knew what I wanted to do. And I was just hell bent on making it work, man. Like we needed some cool racing around here. And when I went down to the last COTS, that's what really opened up my eyes. Like I was in the stands and it's like, there's young kids, older people, everybody spending money and just having a killer time. And it was just the coolest grudge racing ever. And I thought, like, why the hell don't we have this stuff back home? There's such a cool opportunity here. Like, we're very blessed where we live that there's TMP, there's St. Thomas Dragway, there's Grand Bend Motorsports. I mean, if you want to drive a little bit, you can go up to Shannonville too. So, I mean, we have four tracks probably within a 5-hour drive of us.
So is Alex, the legendary flagger, flagging all your events, or are you bringing in some different people, or is it all going to be Alex?
No, definitely not. Alex, I mean, we can all joke, but Alex is my day one. And when people made fun of this stuff in the beginning, he showed up to every race. He helped out. He helped bring a lot of people to the races. And it's just not in me to turn my back on him. So, I mean, I'll help make fun of him too. But Alex is my boy, and he's always going to be here.
Second question. Do you think he'll be riding his tractor to your races?
I think so.
Okay.
I hope.
All right. So I know you had, your first race is backside of St. Thomas.
Yes, sir. And then
I know there was some, I don't want to say drama. It's not really drama. I know there was some discussion about testing there at St. Thomas. And I know the track obviously needs to make money. That's the business they're in. So they rent out track rentals on the backside there. On the surface we'll be racing on, which, I mean, I get. They have to make money. I also get from your point of view as a promoter, you're trying to keep that race as virgin as possible, the surface.
For sure.
But now you've implemented, so nobody can go there to test 2 weeks prior to your events. Okay.
Yep,
So just so people know, because I know a lot of racers do try to rent that. I mean, the problem being on our point of view as a racer, and like I said, I see it from both ways. It sucks because it's going to make the surface better. We know this 100%. But in the same sentence, as a racer in Ontario here, there's not a lot of places that you can rent.
Yeah, there's nowhere to test, and I totally get that. I feel like from my perspective, it's like as the promoter, I have to do everything that I can to protect the surface. Like I have to protect the integrity of the series, and I have to make sure that people know if you're driving from 8 hours away, you're not going to show up and everybody just has 100 tunes on the road and there's no point of you showing up. So it's kind of tough because I do understand the track has to make money, and I'm happy for that too. I mean, I want the track to make all the money in the world. You can do this for the next 30, 40 years or however long, but it's just, it's tough for me too, right?
And I know we were talking about, and nobody really wants to do this because it puts you in a weird spot, I think, because like we have a similar thing. Okay. So down in Florida, there at Immokalee, that's basically our number one track. They do Friday night test and tune before a lot of our events. So they will basically not touch. I mean, it's a front side, so it's a little bit different, but they will not touch the surface. And Friday night is considered a no prep test and tune. And people can come there and they can test. And then Saturday is our actual race. Now, sometimes I try to go there and rough up the surface the best I can. I mean, most of the time after Friday night, I mean, you get a couple diesel trucks and shit on the front side there.
Bunch of street.
Yeah, there's a bunch of street tires and shit. They really rough it up. So come Saturday, I mean, it's a challenging surface nonetheless. But I also know when we scrape, like he actually, for North versus South, we don't allow any testing Friday. But that's legitimately the only time they don't allow testing because Friday night is a moneymaker to them. I mean, guys come out there to test for no prep and they make decent money that night because the track, that test and tune is normally full. Now, the flip side of that is a lot of people break on that Friday night because they go out testing.
Oil downs.
Ends up, not even, we don't really see a lot of oil downs. We've seen a few crashes.
Yeah.
But oil downs aren't really actually that bad at the track because they're set up to accommodate that. What hurts the track more is when cars plow through the barriers, cut the wires, and really make like havoc there because that's the stuff they don't like because A, it's expensive. They got to replace all that shit. They got to fix major shit. An oil down to them, I mean, they got the stuff to clean it up. So it's not really a huge deal.
Yeah.
Now, with a situation like yours, it's 2 weeks before. You can't test there 2 weeks prior. Now, would it be something maybe in the future to think about? Like, is it possible to do two-day events there for you or no? It's just a single day normally.
I'm sure that we probably could figure out something for a 2-day event. It's just, I guess obviously we'd have to make it big, have to figure out how to retain racers both days and make it exciting for everybody. And I haven't really got that far. I mean, Legacy No Prep is our big 2-day event and stuff like that. I do really like getting in and getting out because something with our series too, like we always basically run 11 to 7. So you're on for 12:30 and you guys usually are packed up and headed home by 7 o'clock.
Yeah. No, I was just wondering, I'm just talking out loud here. Eventually, once that surface gets good enough, would like Friday, like pre-race, Friday night test and tune be something you'd be open to doing? Because I mean, at that point, if people are coming from out of town, it would kind of level off. You know, if a guy's going there every week testing all summer, I mean, myself knowing this, if I go there every week, I'm going to get some pretty badass tune-ups and shit for that surface. And if a guy's coming from Michigan and it's only raced there once, it kind of, but I mean, if the surface is that good, it's like when we travel, right? We go to a lot of places like War in the Woods. I've never tested there once in my life. I show up there. But again, War in the Woods is the front side. But there's a lot of places, dig or die. I mean, we go to. So it's kind of one of those things where it's.
Yeah, for sure. So to me, if it got to that point, I don't know, that's not really why I started this stuff. Like if we have a whole testing day before the race and people show up first round and they're just lighting the backside on fire, personally, I feel like I would walk away before it gets to that, just because that's not really what I want to be doing. But then in the same regards too, I understand exactly what you're saying, because the situation that we're in now too is like, if certain people are doing it, it has to be open for everybody or else it's bullshit, right?
That's what I mean. It kind of, but it's one of those things, I guess it's universal. I mean, guys who live in South Carolina and race at a certain track on the backside probably go there and test.
For sure.
Guys who live, wherever they may be, they probably go there and test. Like guys who go to Immokalee and live around Immokalee are there every Friday.
Exactly.
And those guys do have definitely somewhat of an advantage to guys who only come there to race at our events. I mean, yeah. I guess that's just part of local racing, right? It is what it is. It shouldn't really. I just hope, now this is the only problem I have with it, and I hope I'm wrong, is that it doesn't become lane bias. That would be the only thing that scares me.
Okay, and some people are horrible for it too. They rent a surface, and I don't understand this whatsoever. Maybe somebody can point me in the right direction, but if you're going to rent a surface and just make 10 hits in the left lane, aren't you going to want to tune up for the right lane? Like, I don't understand why people come out and just stick to one lane and they don't go back and forth. They don't try to keep it even. It seems super silly to me, but
yeah, I mean, you would think that would be common sense, but a lot of people also like a lane where they're going fast because they like to see those draggy numbers, and they're like, oh shit, at this surface I can run a XXX time, whatever it may be. And they're like, this is badass. I got now a tune-up for this lane to run this time.
And then first round you get thrown in the other lane and get put on the trailer.
Perfect.
We had that issue a little bit at TMP back in the day. I know that one race 100% was like that because I just did it out of, as you probably know, Terry and I are scientists, so we do a lot of science experiments.
We crunch the numbers.
Yeah, so out of science, we tried the same tune-up in both lanes at that place with the same traction control curve, same everything, and one lane was 0.2 slower, consistently. It wasn't like, that was just a bad pass. So at that point, I know that, then it becomes just a lane race. Like
that sucks really bad, man. When you show up to a race and basically depending on the lane you get, I don't want to say you're going to win or not, but I mean, if you're 0.2 faster in one lane, that goes a long, long way. So
yeah, I mean, it's very hard to make up 0.2, especially when you're racing these calibers of cars. I mean, everybody is within 0.2 of each other.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you're, if you both run 550s, let's say, and you're now 0.2, you're running a 70 against his 50. I mean,
you're
it's
screwed.
hard to make up those 0.2, even if you tree them. I mean, that's normally not enough to make up that. So that's all I hope. I just hope that doesn't happen. But outside of that, like I said, tracks need to make money. This is a business for them.
Yeah,
I get it from both ways.
Yeah, for sure. And that's where I can't be pissed off. I mean, I'm happy that they let us come to their venue. It's been awesome. It's been cool to bring No Prep to St. Thomas on the backside. Grand Banish generally really good. It doesn't seem like they really let anybody back there. I mean, I'm friends with the track marshal, Tim. Me and him go back and forth, and he keeps an eye on it and stuff. I've had these conversations with the track owner there and stuff too, but then I do understand at the same time, like you said, it's business, right? If they can make money, I don't blame them for making money. So
yeah, I mean, they got to do whatever they can do, especially here in Canada. They literally, I mean, it's similar in Florida. Summer's a little rough because of the rain and the heat and everything, so they probably don't get the same car count. And here in Canada, I mean, come November, track's done. It starts snowing. It's fucking.
Yeah, exactly. And then last year we had a bad season with a lot of rain and stuff like that, so a lot of events got canceled on the track side and stuff. So like our window is so much shorter up here that it's tough.
Yeah. So yeah, your rules are similar to PYOP still? Is that kind of where you based them off of?
Yes, sir. So I listened to you a lot too with the I think it makes sense to unify some rules up here. So I looked around the landscape and I seen that PYOP are the biggest races around here. So I think it makes sense to go. They run like 4 classes or something like that: small tire, hard tire, and a couple others. So we run the same 4 classes with the exact same rules, and then we just offer a little bit extra outside of those classes.
Gotcha.
So like stick shift, for example. What else do we do here? Real Street. We ended up bringing Real Street back. It's just kind of like a gap in between a real small tire race car and then a street car. So we brought that back by kind of popular demand. People wanted it back. But besides that, the other 4 classes that we run are the exact same rules as PYOP. So you can race over there, then you can come to our race the next day or the week after, and you're good to go. You're not going to have to worry about a bunch of rules being different.
Would you be open to adding a class if a sponsor was willing to put up money for that class as a?
I don't know. To me, it's tough. I do believe less classes is kind of better. I do understand if there's some cars that don't necessarily fit. And certain classes, great, but at the same time, too, like from a promoter perspective, I believe we have 7 classes right now. It's a pain in the ass to do 7 chip draws every single round. It kind of spreads cars out between classes. So if anything, I kind of like to shorten that list a little bit and maybe have about 4 classes if we could. But
no, I was wondering because I know we do. The only reason I ask is because we do different classes sometimes just to mix it up a little bit. So I'm just wondering if we're ever going to see that tailgate class come back.
Oh, I knew it.
Your boy here likes to rack up those tailgate, trophies. I got a full shelf of them, and I really do enjoy that class because it's no Mustang. Fuck those Fox bodies.
Money on here, and they're looking to do a tailgate class or something. I mean, we can definitely.
Sinister Performance might put up some money to run a tailgate class at one of your races just for fun.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, it's cool to get different people out, and to me, like, that's what it's all about, and that's why I'm very excited to get back to the front side too, because I think the front side is a good opportunity where you can pull all those people that are kind of on the edge about doing no prep, and you can kind of pull them into our world and kind of get them used to the chip draw, the grudge racing, whatever, and then invite them out on the backside. So that's important to me, that like we want to keep growing the sport, right? We want to get the new people in that have never tried it, and I mean, as soon as you tried it, it's like the coolest thing ever.
Ben doesn't know me very well. I don't give a fuck about the money. We're racking trophies, or we don't want.
Hell yeah, man.
Well, money is great and all, but you can't show money off.
Yeah, that's
all, but you can show cool trophies.
Yeah.
Formula tailgate. No, that's awesome, dude. I'm happy for you. I'm happy to see this is growing. I really hope that more people. I don't want to open a box of negativity here, but I have found since I got back that Ontario racing as a whole seems very negative.
I just don't understand, because like things have been relatively good. I mean, like we've done stuff wrong in the past. I haven't made all the perfect calls or anything like that. OSO, they had their issues too, but there's still lots of good racing around here. I mean, people aren't going to get it perfect and stuff like that. I think it's our job as promoters to take all the criticism from people and just kind of learn from it and do better each year and stuff. So I don't understand all the negativity up north here, like people complaining about buy-ins or complaining about locking in, and it's like Mike
they
and these
complain literally about anything and everything you guys do, and I don't know if it's because I've been gone for a bit. Like I think it takes you to leave and then come back to make you, because I never really noticed. I mean, I noticed, but I was probably part of the deal too, being negative for a lot of shit, because there was a lot of stuff to complain about, right? I mean,
for sure,
there were a lot of issues with certain races and things that pissed people off, and I get all that. But then in the same sentence, as you know, I've always supported you since day one. I mean, we've come to all your races. I haven't been happy about all of them all the time. There have been, things that happen and whatever, but at the end of the day, I still wanted to support your races because they're local. Because if you decide tomorrow that you don't want to do this anymore, then what the fuck are we going to do? You know what I mean? Like, then it's, I'm forced to travel all the time.
Yep.
it's nice, and it's the same thing why we started shit in Florida. It was because I didn't want to have to drive 8 hours to go to Georgia all the time. I didn't want to have to go, all we were doing there was testing tunes all the time, and testing tune is fun and whatever for a bit, but there's
it's
no
not
excitement in a testing tune.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, it was like, I love local stuff because I guess if you travel long enough and you spend enough money and realize how much it costs every time, like people are like, oh, why don't you come to this event? Like I get messages, hey bro, I'm doing an event in South Carolina in July. Why don't you come down? I'm like, dude, that's like a $2,500 trip just in fuel. Like it's crazy. Like I can't afford to drive all over the country like that. It's just it's a lot. And not only that, it breaks you down mentally. Like someone has to drive. I don't have a Formula One team where I send a driver with my truck and I just fly there, race and then fly home. Like I'm the guy driving. I'm the guy, when it gets a flat tire on the side of the highway in the pouring rain, I'm the fucking idiot out there with the impact gun trying to change the tire.
I'm just gonna charge her quick here. My phone's dying. I'll be right back.
No problem.
Stop yelling.
You know what I'm saying, Terry?
Stop yelling. Jesus.
It's the Angry Orchards. Once I get to 4 or 5 of those, they get me fired up.
Let it out. Let it out.
See, tell us how you really feel, Terry.
Yeah. Well,
I just like local shit. I don't know. That's how I am. I mean, it's fun to race local when I can drive somewhere for an hour, race, drive home, and go to bed in my own bed. And I don't have to travel 8, 10, 12. It's just different, right? Yeah. It's going to be broke. Pretty soon I'm going to be living in the car trailer, Mike. That's where we're at.
No.
Yeah. I'm going to come live with Terry. Terry's my sponsor. I'm going to live in his spare room.
Front of the stacker and take a little nap. And
Terry's rich and he knows how to cook, man.
Mark, tailgate minimum weight should be good. Hey, Mike? Yeah. Not the weight you were running, Mark. That'll flatten my whole truck. My truck won't even be able to hold that. It'll probably split the frame in half. Mark sent me some pictures of stuff he was doing to try to level off the bias in his truck, and I was like, Jesus Christ, that'll hold the frame. I can't carry that much weight.
God damn.
No, I hope people realize. I mean, I appreciate how much work you do. I hope this year we start looking at things maybe a little more positively, because I want to see your races succeed, because I like that. For example, I can drive to St. Thomas. For me, it's not close, but it's one of the closer places. TMP is the closest for me, to be honest. But I like St. Thomas. I've always liked the guys at St. Thomas. They've always been cool with me. I mean, we get private rentals there. I like Jared. I like all those guys. We set the record for the Trackhawk, the world's fastest Trackhawk there. It reminds me a lot of Immokalee. I really do like the small tracks. It's just how I am. I like the smaller tracks. I find
absolutely.
People are more, what's the term I'm looking for? Just open to let you, they're not as anal, I guess, than the bigger tracks are, which I get. But
St. Thomas has always been awesome, man. Like that's my home track growing up. Like growing up, we'd go out, we'd watch the bracket racing and stuff there. There wasn't a ton of cool heads up stuff, but it's always been a special place for me too. Like even me and my wife, we did our after prom on the other side of St. Thomas Dragway. They hosted like a big party back there for like our high school after prom and stuff like that. It's always been awesome. I mean, tracks that have like a cool small town feel, there's nothing cooler than that. So.
Oh yeah, no, I love small like backwoods 8-mile tracks and shit like that. They're my favorite, honestly.
Yeah, for sure. It's a cool venue. I mean, the backside's cool, even the front side too. Like it's Canada's oldest purpose-built drag strip, and I just don't get some of these guys. I mean, we have something very special that we built homegrown right here. I mean, even small tire classes now, if you come out to Legacy No Prep, you can expect probably 30 plus cars in small tire. I mean, we get some real good racing up here. You just seen John Legato go down and win dig or die. Like that's just insanely impressive. And like people just want to shit on things up here. We just took the time to build it up together, show up, support, whatever. Like this stuff could be absolutely amazing. Mike's race there, it's so hard to get like $8,000 to just throw on small tire, and like people are gonna
for sure
out a $300 buy-in when you're buying $1,000 sets of tires and you got a $20,000 motor in your car and shit. It just seems silly to me. Like we're all grown-ass men. We don't got to act like little girls and fucking get mad about everything. Most people, like, especially like for me, if I make a mistake at the track, I'll be the first guy, if you point it out, to be like, oh shit, my bad, I fucked up. Like I'll fix it right now. And I don't understand why people just don't act like gentlemen, I guess, when they're out there. Like one thing sets off fucking a chain reaction. Everybody's super pissed off. And like most of these things are things we can figure out pretty quickly and put the fire out. So
yeah, like I said, I just hope this year is going to be more of a positive vibe. You've really worked hard. I mean, you've done everything that everyone has asked for. Everyone was like, you know, Ontario racing, there's no money here. There's no this, there's no that, you know. You've gone out, you've secured sponsors, you got good people behind you, you know, helping you with this stuff.
Absolutely.
I mean, like I said, you've been doing it a long time, so I hope now running a race, you have organized, which you do. I mean, I've been to your last few. There's always going to be conflict. There's always going to be dickheads. I mean, we deal with that as well. That's a universal thing. It's not an Ontario thing. A lot of guys go, oh man, the States, so much better, so much better. Yeah. When you're actually local, there's always going to be people, you know, that feud with each other, that talk shit, that fucking cause problems.
For sure.
But at the end of the day, you're out there and you're actually posting up races for us. So I appreciate you. I mean, you're saving me from having to drive all over the country, which I did it for the last 2 years, 3 years, and it's been fun. I've gone to all the places, most of the places I want to go to.
Yeah.
But it wears you down. Like if you do it constantly and you're out every weekend and you're driving, you know, you're losing days of work because you're leaving on a Thursday to be at a race for Friday, Saturday, driving home Sunday, and then boom, right back to work Monday morning. You know,
that's tough. For sure.
It's a lot. I don't know if I'm getting old. That's probably
I don't think so, man.
Part of it, but
anybody, and like that's why when John Legato there said, like, I don't know how to make everybody happy, it's like, dude, you'll fucking never make everybody happy. Like I literally took every criticism that anybody gave me last year, and like we've completely turned everything around to guaranteed payouts, more staff, WhatsApp chat to make it run better. We brought in a killer food vendor that's going to be at our race. Then we try to give you guys everything extra that we can too. Like a big sponsor of ours is Gulf Race Fuels, right? So every single race, we're going to have Gulf Race Fuels on tap. You don't got to worry about running around and finding fuel. And on top of that, it's going to be cheaper than the competitors too, right? So, I mean, we're trying to bend over backwards here. And if I'm being totally honest, like I've really leveraged myself here to try to give you guys the best season that we can. And I know it's going to turn out really good. I think we're going to get a lot more people than we have in the past, for sure, especially with the void that Ontario Street Outlaws has left in Ontario racing. I think we're going to see a big overflow of those people coming down. I know I've talked to you a little bit too. I'm going to start doing a lot more advertising on like Facebook, Instagram and stuff like that, do some ads and whatever, because I know that's going to go a long ways. But this year, like looking over the year, it's like every race is actually pretty freaking cool. And there's like a cool concept behind each race. Like the first race of the year, it's a give back race to you guys. It's only going to cost you $100 to race for $5,000. We're going to knock money off the gate fees. I mean, then we go back to the front side. It's been a couple of years since we've been front side racing, but it's just tons of cool stuff going on. I don't understand why people get negative. I mean, I feel like there's a lot more people that are positive. The negative people, maybe they're just a little bit louder, but to me, it's just silly, guys. So like we have something really cool going on here. There's no point there is a point. If somebody fucks up, of course you should say something. I mean, you should criticize them so they can get better. And I think, unfortunately, and not to talk any shit here, I think that's maybe where OSO maybe had a little bit of an issue there. I think they got a lot of criticism and they didn't necessarily do the things that would have made it better quickly.
I think a lot of their problem was miscommunication, transparency. there was a lot of finger pointing all the time, which led to people getting aggravated.
Yeah.
And a lot of people just felt like they were treated shittily. Like that was the feedback you got from there all the time.
Yeah, and that's tough when that perception's out there, because I think one reason that I've done really good in my promoting career, like I shake everybody's hands. I let them know that like you're more than welcome here. Like we're very happy to have you here. And I think everybody knows that I just really care about racing. Like I'm not out here to fill my pockets. I'm not out here to have a big ego trip and think I'm the coolest guy around or anything like that. Like I just honestly want good racing for you guys. And I think we've had so many special moments in our series, like so many cool races for Legacy No Prep, where I hope that you guys will look back in 20 years and be like, motherfucker, I went out there and I won 2 belts against like crazy competitors, and it was a good time. And
no, it is. And that's what I mean. It's a lot of fun in the environment. Like, I don't know. I always look forward to the Grand Bend race because it's 2 day. I myself personally, I enjoy 2-day races because it gives you double the amount of racing and you only have to travel to that one place to do it. That's why we also go to KD.
Yeah, for sure.
KD Cash Days, because we're racing Friday. They mix up the classes. So there's classes for you to race Friday, classes for you to race Saturday.
Yeah.
So 2-day events are always like a plus to me. So especially like if you're racing for 1 day, you got to be there super early in the morning. You know how it is. And then you get all set up, this and that, and you race. And if you happen to go around, so you're there pretty late. And then by the end of it, you're exhausted and you got to pack up everything and then drive home again. It's a lot, right? But
yeah, when you just want to sleep or hang out or whatever.
I mean, I don't have a toter or any of the cool shit where I can just chill at the track. So
yeah, exactly. And Legacy, like it's always super cool too, because like at nighttime, it's always a big party in the pits. I mean, I always have a ton of fun that night. Everybody gets up, then it's Sunday, and we're racing for a ton of money. All the belts are on the line, and it's kind of a cool trophy, right? And I specifically placed that race on Labor's Day weekend because I think that race really fucking matters, because everybody's been racing all year. They've gotten their stuff to go fast, and that's kind of towards the end of the year where like there's not really any more excuses anymore. Everybody's had time on their shit. Everybody's been making passes, and if you take one of those belts home, it actually means something. Like that's why we're getting away from the participation trophies this year of if there's like 4 people in a class still going to give you a trophy. I don't want to do that anymore, because to me, like I feel like I would feel like a nerd winning that trophy, like going home and it's like, yeah, I beat 3 people. Like,
well, sadly that's what OSO ended up being at the end of it. It was like there'd be 2 guys in one class, or not even, sometimes it was just one guy. You'd show up, pay your buy-in, take the trophy home. Right, Mark? Yeah. Mark knows. Tailgate killer.
Yeah, that's right. So that's with your race, you should be building up something that means something if you win it. I mean, if everybody's getting a trophy for doing fuck all, then it doesn't mean anything. I mean, it might look cool on your shelf, but to me, it's just not the same thing. Like you won that small tire belt last year. Like I would hope that on your way home, you're like, that's badass. I beat 30 other killers. These are very fast guys. Like I did something right, and to win that belt fucking means something.
Dylan's right. See, I hung my small tire belt that had Dylan's truck on it. Every day I get out of the shower naked and just dunk my balls on his truck every time, so he knows. I just stamp it bi-weekly, Dylan, just for you, so I can send it back to him because he wants.
They're going to trade. They're going to swap.
Yeah. He still wants his truck, so I said no problem. You can have it back, but it's got a lot of stains on it now. Just saying.
No, that's cool. And then this year, like the way that we do it for people that don't know, so if you win Legacy No Prep, your vehicle will be on the belt the following year. So it kind of gives you a little bit of incentive to come back and try to win the belt with your vehicle on it. So Mike, obviously, he won 2 classes last year. He won small tire and outlaw. So this year for the small tire and outlaw belt, it's going to have his truck on it.
Terry had to buy me a hat that was 2 sizes bigger after that weekend. Could barely fit my head back in the truck.
We bought 2 hats, and I cut them both apart and made 1 hat.
See?
Oh,
that way my head could fit in there.
We did the calculation.
No, dude, it's cool. It's cool what you're doing. I know you made some creative trophies sometimes and different shit. I mean, that's the way I look at it as a promoter as well. You always got to think outside the box a little bit, because if you're just constantly doing the cookie cutter stuff, I mean, it's cool too, but
gonna get old if every one of your races is like Pro Street 519 race 1, Pro Street 519 race 2. Like it's kind of silly. And like I had a weird background, like growing up. This is kind of odd, but my brother was a professional wrestler. So like growing up from a young age, it was all about like gimmicks and getting people in the door. Like, where can we add value where a family's going to want to come here? And I feel like that's what I focus on a lot. Like, I try to give value back, and I try to give you a reason why you should run to this race and spend your $25 to get through the gate.
Yeah, because as a spectator, that's what it's about, right? You're selling them entertainment in essence, but it's like a weird balancing act because you also have to take care of the guys who are coming there to race. Like, at the end of the day, those guys are just as important as spectators in my eyes.
Yeah,
so
yeah, for
you've
sure.
got to kind of, it's like a weird balancing act of both, right? You want to take care of your racers, but you also want spectators to have a good show as well.
Yeah, and for me, like, obviously the racers are the show, right? Without the racers, you can't do anything. So we do our best. Like, we're still a relatively cheap series. We don't have a huge buy-in, and we have a lot of guaranteed payouts. Our gate fee's not too bad. I mean, everything is going up this year. I think every track they're probably raising prices, especially with everything going on. But I don't know. We just try to do our best for both worlds, right? The best stuff that we can for the racers, best stuff we can do for the spectators, because spectators are obviously, they're looking for a cool experience, right? Like, I like what Dana White said. He said that I'm in the business of holy shit moments. And I think we do a good job of providing that. I mean, some of these spectators that come out to our races, they're like, what the fuck is going on out here? Like, this is crazy, man.
I mean, no prep, what I liked about no prep is it's always been mimicking street racing, right? A lot of people have never been out to a physical street race, so you're bringing them the next best thing to a certain degree. I mean, it's never the same as the streets. The streets are the streets, but it's second best thing when you're doing backside racing or like virgin surface racing, or where it's literally, it can be anyone's race. You can get a luck of the draw and fucking ride your way up the ladder to the finals racing all ducks or people who break. Or
definitely. And that's the coolest thing about no prep to me. It's like the slow guy always has a puncher's chance. So like for me, going to the front of the track growing up, like, it's just like, I feel like I don't fit in here. Like, I don't have enough money to fucking run with these guys. Like, it's basically up front. The prep is, it's like, I don't want to say it's necessarily whoever has the biggest wallet is going to win, but I feel like majority of the time that is the way it goes. If you have the money to buy the best shit, the best tuners, everything, like, it's hard to fuck around at the front of the track. But you come out back and it's like, you could get somebody super fast that's just going to trip on their dick, spin the tires, and it's like the slow guy gets to give them one and fucking win the race, and that's super cool. Like, there's so many cool upsets that happen at these races, and it's we try to do our best to bring it on like a level playing field.
Well, yeah, when you got virgin backsides and stuff like that, most of the time, I mean, money does play a small part of it as well, but
yeah, for sure,
a lot of the time it's still, I've seen guys with very minimal setups win a lot of things because it's experience, it's how you tune your car. There's a lot more involved in it than just having a billet Hemi with, you know, all the top of the line shit.
For sure.
And speaking of rich people, don't ever go out to dinner with Terry. That motherfucker will make you feel like an absolute peasant.
That's not accurate.
That's facts, Terry.
No.
The biggest wang is the winner in life.
I just seen that Casey Max put a pretty sweet wing on his car.
Casey Max did exactly, which is kind of funny to me because I was talking about that earlier. We were talking about putting actuators on the wing before I did mine. And I was like, it would be smart to have actuators so you can actually change the pitch as you go. But at the time, we just fucking threw that shit together because I was leaving to come back to Canada. But I think that's actually very smart what he's doing.
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, Casey Max is a smart guy. He's always going to make it work. He's super smart, fast everywhere he goes. So I'm curious.
Casey Max is kind of like Terry and I. He enjoys the science. We like to do science experiments. And Casey Max is very much also a scientist who enjoys putting on a lab coat and trying different shit. Which I think is cool. I mean, people, like, there's all kinds of people trying new shit and different shit. And you see, I mean, a lot of people don't like it, and I think a lot of it is stupid too, but You look at a car like Bones that has a fucking splitter on the front, big wing on the back, like fucking turbos going over the roof of the car. Like there's some wild shit you see in no prep that you never really see in any other kind of motorsports.
Yeah, it's cool, and I mean it's not stupid if it works, right? Like I don't care how dumb it looks.
But
I mean,
you won't know if it works unless you actually try it.
Yeah, for sure. So you got to be out there trying everything.
Yeah, it's the science, just like Fauci. That's what I tell Terry all the time. Don't worry, Terry, it's the science.
Shit.
No, I like watching Casey Max's stuff because I can see he'll try anything. Like he'll just try, he'll think shit up and then he'll just go out and try it and he'll test it and he'll see. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're not NASA scientists. We're like, I don't know what kind of scientists. What kind of scientists are we, Terry?
We're fucking dumb, like Pinky in the Brain.
Yeah,
those
Pinky
guys,
in the Brain.
They were scientists.
I'm Pinky. Terry's the brain.
That's accurate.
That actually seems accurate.
Is Terry gonna make it up here for a race this year?
Yeah, he'll be up here.
That's awesome, man. Because I'll be honest, when he won those belts last year, it's like everything is perfect, but Terry's not here. I wish Terry could see this right now.
Terry would have probably stripped naked and streaked right across the whole fucking racetrack.
No, that's not accurate.
Probably got tackled and arrested.
One time that happened, all of a sudden.
Yeah, Terry would slick up with about three fucking bottles of baby oil and fucking you wouldn't even be able to grab him.
Just like Diddy, eh?
Yeah, you don't fuck around, guy.
Shit.
That's facts. We're public school scientists. Remember with the beakers in high school?
Yes.
Terry and I are beaker guys.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. So Terry, last time you came here, you went to TMP though, right?
Yes.
Did you get a chance to see much else up here, or just basically the Toronto area and Mike's place?
No, I had to work off my vacation at Mike's shop, and then he made me blow the leaves in the backyard, and I had to.
Hey, there's no free rides around here.
I had to shape the racetrack on the skid steer, and I basically had to buy and make dinner every night, and it's like a sweatshop.
him. No. In fairness, I took him to Niagara Falls.
Yeah,
it was shit,
and it was shit. I took him to Blue Mountain. That was shit. Because all these places now have turned into certain kinds of areas, and
they start to stink.
Yeah, they're not ideal. So I took Terry to all the tourist shit, and he said, "You know what? I fucking hate this." And I said, "How about this? We'll bust out the old 50 track I got out back behind my house and bust some 50s out and do some racing." And he's like, "I am fucking down."
That's just little pit bikes, just riding the piss.
That's it. We used to have full supermotos here back in the day when I first moved here. I was in the landscaping business, so I used to get we'd excavate jobs and what have you, and I had nowhere to put the dirt. And we live on a farm out here, so I started making jumps, tabletops, and shit for all my buddies, all dirt bikes and shit. And then eventually everyone got into 50s. So we used to literally have supermotos here of like 15 guys with 50s.
Oh, that's cool, man.
With tabletops and beers, you had to chug a beer every lap. And it used to be a riot back in the day. So I still have that track out back, but we had to definitely cut through some weeds and shit. It had been very overgrown.
That shit's so fun though. Like before I really got heavily into cars, all we did was power sports stuff too. Like I rode a lot of 2-stroke bikes, and I miss that stuff a lot, man. Super fun.
Yeah, no, it was. I mean, we used to have a ride. I mean, it's the little things like that. And I think, people can come here and visit, but I know Terry's not about the tourist shit. Like that shit's not what they like doing. So his kids like to go to the local mud hole here in town in the playground and fucking cover themselves from head to toe into mud.
Shit. Yeah. No, I was just thinking because if you do end up making it up for like a legacy no prep or something like that, Grand Bend is actually a pretty cool town. It seems like a lot of people enjoy it when they come there. It is a little bit touristy, so there's that, but it is a really cool location, I think, for a race.
Yeah, it would be cool if you could make legacy. The problem, or not problem, but Terry only has so much vacation. So I think Terry, you want to do KD again this year, maybe?
Or that's the only one I know for sure we're going to do, just because
KD seems super cool. That's a race that I'm not going to miss this year too. I got to make it to KD.
Yeah, KD is a lot of fun, like I said, because it's like a whole weekend. You go there on Thursday, and then you're racing on Friday, and you're racing on Saturday, and then you head home Sunday.
Yeah.
So I know he's doing that, but yeah, maybe we can work out something where he can come back for Legacy. I think that's a good race that he'd enjoy coming out to.
It's cool because it's a couple days, right? Like you can camp out, you can enjoy it for a couple days or whatever. But I get that, man. Vacation days sometimes suck ass, and it's going to take a couple days coming up here. So,
what's the date for your Legacy?
So it's Labor Day weekend. So that's the last day of August into September 1st. And then it's 2 days there at Grand Bend on the road course at the back of the track.
All right. Now that you're bringing this up, what's going to be the plan this year? Because last year's plan, I have to say, was probably not the most ideal scenario.
So we definitely won't move it how we moved it before. I would like to move it. Something that I'd really like to do that I haven't really said anything about. I've been in talk with the tracks, and they said that we could potentially run that backwards.
Like from the other end?
Yeah, so I mean, it'd be, I from my perspective, I think it'd be pretty cool to, after Saturday race, be like, hey, everything's getting moved down here, guys. But
that would be awesome.
Yeah, like I love that shit. But like anytime that I can throw a wrench into your guys' plans, and it's like, okay, fuck, like we got to go back to the drawing board. We're gonna have to adapt here. And now it's like we're even back on more of a level playing field here. So I would love to do something like that. Obviously, far down that way, it's pointed towards the very end of the track. That would be the only safety concern there. But they have expressed interest in letting us do that back there, and I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. Or if by chance you have to run it the same way, I'd suggest maybe starting back first and then the next day moving it forward.
Push it forward, yeah, that makes sense.
As opposed to the opposite of last year, because that really made like a fucking takeoff. It was hard to keep the tires down.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, like Grand Bend to me is one of my favorite surfaces because it seems like no matter how many passes go down that road, like it seems like times stay kind of relatively only at a certain time, and it doesn't seem like many cars break past that time. Well, what do you think about Grand Bend?
I saw Trevor's comment here. I didn't really think about that. That right lane bump at 130 mile an hour might be interesting. But I don't know. I mean, I love Grand Bend. Like I said, if you are running it the same way you normally run it, my only thing would be maybe do the reverse of what you did last year so that you're moving
up after. That makes sense.
Start back. That way when you're moving forward, I mean, you're still going to be in rubber, but you're not pulling it back and then hitting all that burnout and that real fucking rubber where it was like thick.
Made for some fast racing.
Oh, yeah. It made for some nice wheelies. No chance of letting Alex flag.
Like, well, we only host two events at Grand Bend, and nobody else really races there. I mean, they do a lot of road course stuff there, but nobody else does any drag racing back there. So we're only going to hit that surface twice this year, August 10th and then Labor Day weekend, and that should be pretty good. Hopefully it keeps the surface pretty honest. I know, obviously, like Labor Day weekend, we race Saturday, and then the big day is Sunday, but...
Now... did you do 2 races or did one get rained out last year? I feel like I was only there once last year.
So the
other Grand Bend race last year there, like a second one?
Yeah. So we did one race outside of Legacy, no prep, and honestly, I think that I just did a little bit of a shitty job promoting it, and I don't know if there was another race going on at the same time or something, but
could it have been KD weekend? I feel like it was something like.
I think that's what happened, and basically, like, there wasn't a ton of cars there. We ended up finishing everything up at like 3:30 or something like that, and everybody went home. But kind of sucked. But it is what it is. I mean, that's on me, and that's where I dropped the ball, and that's where I'm trying to do a lot better this year. So I mean, you can't half-ass this shit and then expect it to be good, right? You can't do that with almost anything.
Yeah. No, I mean, now sadly, during the summer, if you look at the no prep calendar, it's very hard to pick dates for anything because every weekend there's 42 events that weekend. So
So with us, like basically when I tell the tracks I'm looking for dates is I usually try to book everything around PYOP because I don't want to interfere with that. I mean, Ian Hill's race is another big series up here too, but that's all track stuff. I mean, we get some of those guys coming out, but the part where if we book it on their weekends, like we lose most of the bike guys because they run in their point series and stuff. So it's tough, but we do our best to book around things.
I gotcha. Well, that's good, man. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. You got a lot of events this year.
Yes, sir.
I know today there was some discussion about indexes for the front side. That seems to be a popular thing now on all platforms. I mean, I don't know what it was today. I woke up this morning and went through Facebook, and I saw about fucking
everybody wants to
8 to 10 posts about what indexes they're going to be running on their front side shit, which, I mean, I'd have a feeling that that's where, sadly, we're starting to head with the no prep, at least front side stuff. That's why I'm going to try to stick with more backside racing because, I don't know. It's turning
I
into
think
like...
that's where too. I mean, front side racing gets a little bit crazy. I think index definitely works on the front side. It's going to introduce a lot of guys that don't usually no prep into no prepping on the index there, and I think it's kind of an interesting concept too because you're on a no prep surface, instant green, and then it's a index class, and something that Alex actually brought to my attention that I thought was a cool idea. I thought it'd be cool to do a random index between 6:30 and 7:00. We'll draw it the day of, so then that way, like, you can't kind of really pre-plan for it, and it just makes it interesting. It's all instant green, and like, I just hate that everybody fucking copycats everything. Like after those guys did Little Gangsters, it's like, man, I see post after post of fucking people all hosting that shit. Like, they just kind of steal everybody's ideas instead of thinking up their own shit. So
yeah, but they see popularity, right? Whenever people see popularity of something, they also want to do, like, as a promoter, they want to do the same thing because it draws cars, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Like you get the...
We had a different, I don't know, my mindset when we started Sandbaggers class was almost as a joke. Not a joke, but like, we wanted something where I started that class as something for people who'd never raced no prep at a Mockley could come out. And I was looking at guys on test and tune nights.
Yep.
And I was like, you know what? A lot of these cars run in that 650 area.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they would show times. Like, they don't give a shit. It's all street cars and stuff. So
yeah,
that's why we called it Sandbaggers. Because I was like, index racing, that's what it is people sandbagging. You're going to get guys
watching the other guy then hitting the brake before the finish.
Yeah, so to me, I was like, we put that in more for just filler. Not filler, but to give new people an opportunity. And now, all of a sudden, it's fucking one of our biggest classes. Like, that class normally fills, like, caps out the cap. I can't even keep enough spots for it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love that shit, too. That's why it drives me nuts when anybody's ever, like, fuck the slow guys or whatever, because, like, if you don't have somewhere for all those kids with their fucking Fieros and other weird cars or whatever, like, they're just not going to come racing. Like, me as a promoter, I look at the landscape in Ontario, and the guys that draw a shitload of people are like the Jack's Wax events. Man, they get a million cars out there, and that's kind of the younger generation that if we could pull them into the no prep, it would make things bigger as a whole for everybody. I mean, the extra spectators, the racers, it helps everybody.
It does, but it's
I don't
one of those
bracket race, Trevor. I almost won one last year.
It's one of those things, though, that the more you start leaning towards that way, the more we're going to lose what this all originally started as, because you've already got guys who normally race small tire now jumping into Little Gangsters all the time. Like, they don't want to race small tire anymore. So you're ending up killing, like, your best class to
no
indexes
reason.
And then eventually, if everyone starts doing that, it will be bracket racing. I mean, you can call it what it is, but you're going to have front side bracket races.
Yeah, exactly. And I've seen a bunch of comments on that too. And like, I don't think it's weird being the promoter because everybody wants to see shit happen, but then they don't really understand the business side or like that type of stuff. So I've seen a lot of comments like, oh, we should do 530 Little Gangsters. And it's like, that's our whole fucking small tire field. Why would we literally kill our whole small tire field just to do small tire gangsters? Because you think that would be cool. If anything, I think we could do baby gangsters 630 or something. Maybe that works, but like you can't do something that's going to take a majority of your base of your biggest class. Like I
well,
think
that's what we were told after they did little gangsters at World Series of Promont. Everyone was like, "Oh man, you got to do little gangsters at a Mockley." I said, "Little gangsters? Half these motherfuckers can't run a 530 at a Mockley."
That's right. Like
that's our small tire class.
Yeah.
There's no point doing little gangsters. That's small tire.
Yeah, it's just silly to me. Like you have to have a very clear divide between those classes, or else you're just going to end up robbing half the cars from small tire, and both classes are going to be shit. So,
I mean, I get it. I see it from all angles. I mean, people heads up racing front side is getting extremely fast. I mean, so now guys are going, okay, well, I have this race car. I still want to race. This is including myself. And I'm like, okay, well, I can either go into small tire, donate, because I'm now racing, full blown, like, look at the car Billy just made, that Camaro. Like, these guys are building. If you've got some money, you can build some fucking serious shit for front side. That I'm a realist as well and know that my truck is not going to be competitive with those cars.
Yeah.
So it's either going to True Street, which a lot of guys are doing, small tire guys, or you're going to end up going in some of these indexes because there is no other avenue unless you go hard tire, but hard tire really hasn't taken off. And I feel kind of like that's a lot of truck I built to fucking run hard tire.
Yeah, to try to fuck around on a hard tire and pull all the life out of that thing.
Well, I just feel like I wasted my time. Like I might as well sell the truck and just build a junkyard 5.3 LS deal and fucking
honestly
throw it in a clapped out S10 without half the shit I have and fucking run it that way.
I'm surprised too that class hasn't gotten absolutely massive. Like you really don't need much to go fast. I mean, you can throw an LS in anything and like you'll go out there and go around. So even if it doesn't have anything crazy done to it, I mean, it's a super fun class. At the end of last year, it was cool. We had 11 people in hard tire for the last event at St. Thomas, which hopefully that keeps up because to me, it's the perfect class. If you're out there racing and maybe you have a daily that you can throw the wife in that's half-ass quick or like a Civic Type R or some shit like that. I mean, it's the perfect class to get people introduced into racing. And I think that's important, like having different levels of classes where people fit in and then at the same time doing your best to protect the surface so like chassis cars and shit can't come out and just run everybody over.
Yeah, I don't know. It's I think this year you're going to see a very large separation of where the money's coming in because you can see it already. Like a lot of these street outlaw guys, that shit's kind of washed up now, the big tire stuff and all that. So they're starting to concentrate more on small tire car stuff. Now you're getting,
I don't know, like
you're getting these big no prep events for $100,000 here, $100,000 there. It's just gonna,
it's gonna
motivate people who have money to build serious shit. And the rest of us just won't be able to keep up. And I'm fine with it. I mean, I get it. That's the evolution of racing. There's nothing we can do about this at this point.
So is there any solution to that? I mean, like, with
I don't think there is. We've tried the solution.
Like,
we've changed rules, and people cry about that too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But I'm just thinking, like, a surface like Orlando, where it just seems like it's absolutely dog shit. It's very hard to get down. I mean, are they still going to dominate out there, or...
I think, honestly, that a lot of these guys who now have lightweight chassis cars, if they set it up for backside, will dominate there too, because it's just power, weight. You got to remember, right, when you're talking about a car of that caliber, you're 1,000 pounds lighter than my truck out of the gate.
Yeah.
You have moved shit around now where the engine's, behind the front spin. Look at the bracket. What's that guy's? From Ohio, Terry, who's that? The bracket car they call it.
I know exactly who you're talking about. I know who.
The fucking thing wheelies on a backside and the burnout. Like the motor's set back so far in the car that they can move shit around now at this point to make it fucking amazing on a backside. Like people say, chassis cars. They're talking about the chassis cars that race front side that are set up for front side. If you start fucking around with a chassis car and making it run backside shit.
Oh yeah,
100% because they can add 500 pounds where they need it over the axle to the back wherever and still be lighter than me. I have to
right.
add 400 pounds on top of the weight I already have. Yeah, Larry there. And I'm not taking anything away from him, but that's the reality of where we're headed.
No, absolutely. I mean,
those cars will eventually dominate because that's the kind of caliber of car you're going to need.
Yeah.
That's it. It just is what it is. And I'll go back, like I said, that's why we're building this Jeep for street car stuff, because I see where racing's going, and I'm not going to be the sucker that goes through, you know, trying to constantly spend money to compete with a chassis that I can't compete with.
No, exactly. And it's just got me thinking, like, the future of no prep is that I don't want to say no chassis cars on a backside, but like I really hate ruling people out. I hate doing that type of shit. And at our events, we've never had an issue. I don't know if a chassis cars ever won a backside event at ours. So like, I'm happy we haven't really ran into those issues or anything like that. But obviously you see a lot of talk of people talking about like getting back to the basics of what no prep used to be: steel roof and quarter, non-chassis cars, whatever.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we did it at Immokalee to preserve the small tire field that we have.
I think that's...
And a lot of these guys who build these chassis cars give me shit, and they yell at me, not yell at me, sorry. They complain and they bitch and they go, oh, it's bullshit. I got to run what you brung, this and that. But the funny thing was, when they actually came up and showed up in Run What You Brung, it was the most competitive racing we had.
Yeah.
In Run What You Brung. Minus Adam's car. Okay, Adam's car was next level. That fucking thing was, but he was also not on a small tire, in fairness. Yeah. But it's Run What You Brung, right?
No, that's right. So you can run whatever the hell
but
you
it
want.
Keeps our small tire. This is what they don't understand, is it keeps all the normal guys who had regular small tire cars.
Yep.
That can afford to now switch chassis to something. Again, in our small tire class, we had different winners every single race. There wasn't like one car walking away with everything, because our rules made the small tire class competitive with each other. Now, I know it's not a popular thing, because guys are like, well, that's not the evolution of racing. You know, people shouldn't be handicapped because they built a better car, or they, you know, they went out and they
it's tough. It's slope, right? Like you can't just fucking outrule everybody, but at the same time, I agree with that on a front side too. Like, I think chassis cars should be divided up between like real cars. So
it's just it's an unpopular thing, because at the end of the day, people say in small tire it should be the baddest motherfucker on the track.
I do get that.
There's the baddest motherfucker on the track. If you want to race something,
get him.
Fucking nuts. I don't know. I understand that, like the whole just gangster racing, the fastest guy wins, but on the front side, I think it's a lot different, right? Like, those chassis cars fucking get ripping. On the backside, obviously, they have a big advantage too, but I mean, we haven't had an issue with it up here, but I understand wanting to separate them.
You haven't had an issue with it yet, but it's coming. I can guarantee you that, because this whole evolution, I've seen it coming, and guys were arguing back then. They're like, what are you talking about? Like, I used to argue with Corey all the time.
Yep.
About chassis cars, and he's like, oh, you're just a hater of chassis cars, blah blah blah, chassis this, chassis that, you don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, dude, you don't see that slowly? He's like, no chassis cars have ever won fucking this or that. And I'm like, okay. And then slowly it would be like, oh, this guy won, this guy won, this guy won, and it's like a constant. Okay, now it's pretty much most of the time it's chassis cars on the front side. I mean, there's cars like Brandon Morks, all the power to him. That's a badass unit he built there. But the fucking thing is a full-blown chassis car. Don't kid yourself. It's carbon fiber tubes. There's a fucking shell of a fiberglass Mustang on top of a full-blown chassis.
No, for sure. And that's why I hate all this street car shit. Like, we all know what a race car is. Looking at a race car, like, it is what it is.
Well, the problem is he comes, to North versus South. He pretty much had, unless he fucked something up royally, I know the times he ran because he showed us.
Yep.
He definitely had people there covered. I mean, it's sad to say that, but that's when we said, okay, the surface is going to be the equalizer. Not anymore. It's not.
Yeah.
The surface are no longer going to be the equalizer, because that used to be a thing when cars were set up for radial prep and guys didn't know how to set their shit up for no prep.
Now people know what they're doing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, everyone knows, like, these cars don't fuck up anymore. They go A to B. The shit's dialed. Like those days of saying, you know, oh, a chassis car isn't going to be fast on this surface, I beg to differ. See,
No, I
Dylan
agree.
loves my chassis car talk. There's a backside chassis car that I guarantee will do damage. He just hadn't figured it out yet. But when he does, I'm going to hate that motherfucker.
Just fuck that car. I love that car too, man. It's a really good looking car. I like the rear mounted turbo setup that he has in it. And I mean, once he gets a hold of that thing or a handle on it, it's going to be super fast. Looking forward to that.
Oh, yeah. And all those pictures he posts on Grindr on there with that car, I'm sure it's just roping in the wiener. That's what he really built it for. It's a show car.
Yeah. He did win one PYOP last year, didn't he? Or
yeah. I mean, everyone gets lucky once in a while. That's how it works in racing.
God damn it.
I didn't say that, Dylan. That wasn't me, man.
He set it up, though.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
That's mad at me because he can't come to Florida and puppy kick all our small tire cars. That's why he's mad.
One thing that we're happy about too with our series, like I know tech sometimes is kind of wonky at no prep races. Like I'm super happy we have Bo Smith as our tech guy. He's a chassis builder. He's really, really, really good at building shit. And it's awesome to have him looking over people's stuff too and making sure that he knows what he's looking at and stuff.
Oh yeah, you need a guy like that. We have Mike Buis in Florida there that owns Southern Chassis Works, and it's a huge help because he does the tech and he knows what is. I don't need to tell him, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, somebody can bullshit me, but they're not going to bullshit. So
you're not going to bullshit a guy who builds chassis.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, Dylan will try. Dylan always tries, but
yeah,
we know what he's up to.
Yeah, you definitely can't do that shit on the honor system. That's crazy. Anytime I hear that shit, that it's like, oh, it's just on the honor system. Like, motherfucker, I would cheat. So, like, I mean, if everybody's just on
a lot of races are on honor system. There's very few that actually tech anything. So,
dude, that's insane to me.
Look at this fucking pro mod.
Is that a pro mod? What is that thing?
Yeah, that's a pro mod.
There's a fucking jet.
We saw that at Bradenton at the pro mod race. It was there.
Everybody wants to screenshot that for ideas. There you go.
Yeah, that's how you build a pro mod.
Yeah.
All right, John. Well, we've been on for 2 hours, 20 minutes. We're 20 minutes past due. Terry's got to go to bed. He's got a busy day tomorrow. He's sleeping in his truck on the side of the road, pretending he's
Mike
working.
will be up by noon.
Back home.
When we're having lunch, he'll be waking up.
Fuck yeah. All right, before I get off here, I just want to give thanks to everybody and sponsors and stuff like that. Obviously,
absolutely.
Mike showed we have a really, really killer season for you guys. Please, let's get together on these lock-ins and stuff. We went to a $25 system to really help racers. I mean, you guys fucking spend $25 on Tim Hortons in a couple days around here. So
I agree.
A whole lot of money. And we've tried to step up everything for you guys. We have some amazing sponsors this year. True North Turbos and Nick has been absolutely awesome to work with. Ryan Fox from Gulf Fuel has been absolutely awesome too. Jake Blaine and Blaine's Brother Racing, all these different guys, Twisted Classics. I mean, I know I'm going to miss a few, but without these guys, we couldn't do it. So definitely support those guys and come out to the races. And it's going to be a really good season. I don't know about anyone else, but winters up here just fucking really suck, and it's been a long time since race season, and I'm sure everybody's just ready to get back to racing.
So first race for everyone who I just posted them all, but first race will be May 17th.
Blue collar, no prep.
Blue
3.
collar, no prep, right here. St. Thomas Dragway backside.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a backside race, and it's kind of cool too that we're getting to like their annual races. So this is the third one. Legacy No Prep is the fifth one, and it's kind of like a fan favorite. We give you guys really good food, cheaper buy-ins, and stuff like that, guaranteed money, and it's always a really, really good time for people. So hopefully we see lots and lots of people there.
Now that's a gangster right there. Little Pickle Racing.
Oh, dude, a long time. Brian's a super, super cool dude. It was awesome when he brought his Nova down, and that Legacy No Prep, I think, was the biggest race that we've ever done. So I appreciate him coming down. I know that's a fucking really, really long drive.
All right, John. Well, we've been on for 2 hours, 20 minutes. We're 20 minutes past due. Terry's got to go to bed. He's got a busy day tomorrow. Fucking Dylan.
Shit. All right, guys, I can get off here, and then you guys can.
All right, John. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
Looking forward to your races this year, and keep up the good work. You're doing a good job, buddy.
All right, man. Thank you. You guys enjoy your night. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, anytime, brother.
Take it easy.
See ya. And then there were two.
Are there any of those events that are 2 days, like he was asking?
Yes, the 2-day event is Legacy. Saturday, Sunday. I think Brian came to that years back, and Frank, that's when they were doing the fucking the arm drop or whatever, chases a race shit. And Brian's too fucking honest of a guy and waited, and fucking Frank jumped on him and beat him. I know that that sucked. I bet on that race too. We pooled up a bunch of money, and he should have sat, but you know, it's hard when you're a racer to do that. But that was some bullshit. Fucking chases a race. Yes, sir. That's the guy from Thunder Bay. That's a bad unit he's got there. That car's fast, like stupid fast, even on a backside. I know. He lost all our money. I was so sad about it because he had, like, if you would have done that on a proper race, he had him covered, even in the right lane. It was just that bullshit fucking chases a race, stupid ass fucking.
Might as well be index racing.
Might as well be fucking covered in rainbow paint and sitting on pickles.
Wow.
Get shit. Chases a race. What kind of racing is that? All right, Terry. So, what are your? Let's hear your closing thoughts.
On what? I think
I don't
John's
know.
doing awesome. Look at all those fucking flyers and schedule and guarantees.
Yeah, he's got a busy schedule this summer.
Yeah.
He's got fucking
I mean, for
a
anybody
lot of
who
races. I think that one at TMP is going to be cool. Sounds expensive, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing everything right. I mean, he's got everything out there. Everybody knows where they can race, when they can race, how much it's going to be. Really no excuse. You guys got a bunch of
You
racing.
know what? John really has. I mean, I've shit on him in the past about certain things, and that's, I mean, I have the right to do that. I'm not always happy about how people run races and stuff, and that's kind of what we have this fucking program for.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, the guy's been doing it now for a bunch of years. He's been shit on a lot. But he's still, like, his heart's in the right place. You know what I mean by that? Like, he actually is, like, he loves this shit. You got to love this shit to put up with the shit he puts up with. So,
well, like I said,
I'll give him props for that. I mean, he's really put in a lot of effort this year. I've noticed he's really stepped up his promoting stuff. He's been posting all these races like weekly. So I think it's good. I think it's great. I hope he has good success this season. Like I said, I like local racing. I've been, you know me, I've been racing local even when local racing was shit at certain times. It's still nice once in a while to not have to fucking drive halfway across the country just to race for one day. And even just crossing the border, like crossing the border always comes with its own headaches. You may get a border agent that's cool as shit. You may get a guy who fucking woke up this morning and he's pissed right off and fucking hates the world. And you show up to his booth and he's just like, fuck you. Today I'm going to fucking, you know, make an example of you. Let's go pull over there and fucking burn 3 hours fucking going through your stuff, even if you're not doing anything wrong. I mean, that's the shitty part of having to cross the border. So once in a while when we have local stuff, yeah, I agree, Dylan. I've talked to him about that. I'll help him a little promoting across the border. But the border really does implement, and now especially, I don't know how things are going to be. I haven't crossed since I came back. Maybe it'll be fine. But the problem is you hear all this shit, right? There's always fucking rumors like, oh, you know, they're much tighter now. They're fucking angry. Everybody's angry.
Canadians.
Fuck. It's not only Canadians. Like, everyone seems angry all the time. It must be these orchards. They're fucking polluting us.
That's
why they don't call them angry orchards for nothing. They get you fucking fired up.
Yeah, they banned them in Canada because of it.
Yeah, probably everyone was fighting. I could see that. Give me 6 of these, I'll be fighting somebody.
Jesus.
Maybe even myself. Well, Good to see you, buddy. We'll see you. I guess I'll give you feedback on this weekend's race coming up. We will be live 2 Sundays from now, so I'll get some video. I was working on Cody's truck this weekend, all weekend. We've got some sad news. He will not be racing this weekend. I was really trying hard for him. The other week, or I guess last week, it wasn't even the other week. Everything's happened so fast. He went to start the truck and it was not sounding healthy. And from what I've seen here, to wrap this up, so he brought me the truck. I brought it into the shop. I said, listen, we knew kind of already what happened, that it dropped the valve. But I said, listen, if it's not that bad, you know, and maybe it just needs a piston, we can fucking throw new heads on it, put a piston in it, and try to get you racing this weekend. That was my goal. Because I understand. You know how I am. If my truck's broken, I'm working till fucking 7 in the morning to get it fixed. If there's a race going on, like you saw last time, we broke the rear end. I was out there fucking fixing it, so the next morning we could be racing
again.
So I get it. I mean, this is the first race of the season. He was pretty amped up for that shit, but sadly, it broke a spring. So, and then it dumped one of the fucking. That was the spring that broke. This is what was left over of his valve in the head. And it fucking pummeled the shit out of the piston.
Hello.
And fucked the head. There were some real deep gouges in there. I mean, so the other problem was there's metal literally like in every cylinder. There was metal in the oil. So I'm like, you know what, dude, it ain't worth it. That motor needed a freshening regardless. He's been running it hard on a bit of spray, quite a bit of spray for a couple of years now. And there's been a lot going on with that engine. I mean, there was a fuel issue for a while, so it used to run real lean. And I was like, even when that happened, I was like, fuck me. I'm surprised this thing's holding together. But see you, brother. So yeah, I mean, it's due for a freshening. I said I'd love to get you back racing this weekend. That's why I worked all weekend on his truck. I was really hoping to do that for him. But it's just, it doesn't look like it's worth it. So I called him today. I said, listen, I'm sorry. Like, I did my best to try to help you out. I could have put it back together and got him out this weekend, but sometimes it's not worth it. Now the motor's out. Let's freshen everything up, get the truck back to where it was. You know, I guarantee the bearings are fucking wore out of it. Right there on the edge of fucking, if the springs are starting to break,
there's some other shit going.
She needs a little love. Let's put it that way. So we're going to tear it all down, freshen it up, see what we're going to do with it. Like I said, I got a bunch of heads and shit here already, so I'll get him back up and running. But I know Trevor's also building him that Fox body, so he's got a lot on the go right now. But I would have liked to see him racing, but it is what it is. So yeah, we will be out next weekend for, where is it? For this deal. It was good talking to those guys tonight. And yeah, we'll report back to you guys in 2 weeks.
Watch it on Pro Tree for those of us who can't
Pro
be
Tree will be doing the live if you want to watch it on the live. I will probably get no testing and hope for the best out of the trailer. I should probably take the truck out. I put those new gears in it, at least driving around, make sure they're not fucking locked up. Fuck me. Yeah. I've been so busy, no time to do anything, and now they tore my road up here, so I lost my drag strip. Fucking assholes. Anyway, we will report back to you guys in 2 weeks. Have a wonderful week. Hope everyone is healthy and good, and thank you for joining us tonight. And we will see you guys on the next one.
Adios.
All right. Peace.